graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Get out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome on into another edition of Eagles football here on Play-by-Play with JJ. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. Turn on the notification bell icons too, and that way you would know when we do go live. We cover the Sixers, we cover the Eagles, and we cover the Philadelphia Phillies on this channel. Before I do get started, I want to just say to everybody that just followed me over on Twitch and over on the YouTube side, thank you so much. Chef Jalen, B. Det, Jack, and Phil C. Punked. I really appreciate the follows. You guys are absolutely awesome. All right, so let's just get down to business, right? Okay, so the Philadelphia Eagles are not going to be playing all their stars today except for Lane Johnson, and this is going to be important for Lane to just get reps out there. You want him to just take snaps and be ready to go for next week, so that is really the big thing. All right, so look, we could still get a 2 seed. The Philadelphia Eagles can still get the number 2 seed if the Chicago Bears do lose, and of course, if the Philadelphia Eagles get a win today. You know, like, this is a game that you really should win. I think that this is one of those games where you want to see what you have for next year. Tanner McKee, you want him to go out there, you want him the ball, and you want him to be a big factor out there. I don't know if the Eagles are going to be able to are going to keep Tanner McKee next year. That's a whole nother conversation. But I want him to go out there and I want him the ball, and that's really the bottom line for today. I want to hear what your final score predictions are down below, and who do you think the standout player is going to be for this game in general. It should be a fun one, right? This should be one of those games where you just sit back, you just relax, and you just enjoy. And then we'll just keep our eye on the Chicago Bears game. This is going to be more so of like a watch party type of a thing. I mean, I'm still going to be doing some play-by-play for sure, but this is one of those games where, you know, it doesn't really have like too much bearing except for seeding. So that's really what it comes down to. But I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Watch Eagle is here. What's going on, man? How are you? Seema Fox, Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year, everybody. For those of you who have not been rocking with me for the 76ers, Happy New Year to you guys. I know I haven't seen you guys in a little bit of time. All right, so we should be ready to get things started. The temperature out in Philadelphia is 35 degrees. Winds are blowing at 15 to 28 miles per hour. Humidity is at 47%. Eagles are going to be receiving the football first, and the Washington Commanders are going to get ready for the kickoff right now. We are now 10 subscribers away, by the way, from getting to the 8,200 marker. I did forget to do one thing, and I'm going to do that right now as I speak. Actually, there's 2 things I forgot to do. Man, all right. So as the kickoff is underway, it's not basketball, JJ. What's going on? We have a run past the 30 and down at the 32. That is Britton Covey there, and the Eagles will take over at their own 32-yard line. Okay, so let's get our scoreboard up and running and our yard markers up too. We're going to do that right now. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so we got that up and running, and it should be good to go. our ticker that we're gonna put up. Yes, I forgot about this. Let's make sure that we have our football scores. All right, so here's Tanner McKee out there with the offense, and he's in the gun. He gets the snap. He throws it over to the right side, and that's going to be caught by Devontae Smith. And so the Eagles are going to get themselves a first down there. It's a 17-yard catch by Devontae, and the Eagles are at their own 49-yard line. 5 games for Tanner McKee, 69% of his passes that he has completed, and he has thrown for a total of 356 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no picks. All right, so here we go. McKee under center. Last career start that he had was in Week 18 of last year versus the Giants, and as the snap is made, we have flags flying all over the place. They're going to call a false start on Cameron Latou. And that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, so they'll send the Eagles back to their own 44-yard line. All right, so we can put this up over here, and we can move this down. Nice. Wrong game, JJ. Wrong game. Where is it? There it is. Right there. Okay. All right, 1st and 15 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's McKee in the gun. He gets the snap. Pressure's coming, and he is sacked for a loss of 7 yards. That was Deron Payne who was able to take him down, and that's going to be a 2nd and long, about a 2nd and 22 coming on up. He just broke on through the glass and came in over on the outside, and it was just an easy pass rush for him. I mean, nobody closed him out. He got way past Matt Pryor. And not a good play there by the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the 40th sack this season for Washington. All right, so here's McKee again. He gets the snap. He's going to hand it off over to Bigsby, who runs towards the outside, past the 40 to the 45 to the 50, and that's where he's marked down. Tank Bigsby with a 13-yard run towards the outside. It's now 3rd and 9 right at midfield for Philadelphia, and they are looking to capitalize and continue this drive right now. Let's go. All right, everybody. I'm so happy to see you guys on here. Happy New Year, folks. It's Cool J. Cool J, shout out to you, man. Big shout out to you. Okay. Ball on the 50. Good. All right, so here's McKee in the gun. He gets the snap. He's looking to throw it over to Devontae's way, and it's incomplete towards the right side. And that'll stop the clock with 12:31 to go. And the special teams is going to go out there, and that's going to be it for the Eagles offense. 4 plays, 18 yards, and nothing to it in a matter of 2 minutes and 25 seconds. I mean, Devontae was open. He certainly was. And McKee just not able to put it in the right spots. And so here we go, 4th down. Coming on up right here. This is Braden Mann going out there to punt, and this is popped up, and it's launched, and going to be caught inside the 15, and it actually takes a bounce right at about the 15, excuse me, and that is where the Washington Commanders are going to start off their own drive. Johnson ready to go out there for the Washington Commanders, and so the Eagles and Commanders will take a very quick step off. They'll be right back, and so will we. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, is the music working? Let me know down below in the chat. Who else we got on here? Philly Sports on Top says, how can the Eagles get the number 2 seed? So they just have to win? No, they have to win, of course, but also the Lions have to beat the Chicago Bears. So that is how they technically do get the number 2 seed. Let's make sure that we take this off. Okay, good. There we go. All right, so we are obviously keeping our eye on that game as well, and we'll probably look at the box score for that at halftime. All right, so 12:21 left to go. Here come the Washington Commanders. Johnson is out there. Here's a high snap and a little throw over towards the 10, taking it outside to the 20, to the 25, past the 30, and out of bounds to the 31. That's Deebo Samuel. It was a short pass. Trotter Jr. chased him on out of bounds, and Johnson able to complete the pass. That's Josh Johnson, who's out there for the Washington Commanders. Had about 8.6 yards per attempt last week, which was a single-game career high for him. And we'll see how he does. 62.5%. That's his completion percentage this season. He's thrown for 241 yards and also has thrown 1 pick. We have motion over towards the near side. That's McLaurin. And a handoff that goes over towards the running back. And running up the middle is Krosky Merritt for just 2 yards. And Michael Carter is able to tackle him. Carter was acquired by the Eagles at the trade deadline. So it's now 2nd and 7. Or 2nd and 8, they'll call it, at the Washington 33. So how's everybody feeling in the chat? How's everybody feeling in the chat? All right, so it's a 2nd and 7 with 11:10 left to go in this first quarter. And the Commanders, again, going from right to left in their white and red uniforms. They got their red bottoms and their white tops. Cheese It, Wheeze It, and Swagmaster, thank you all so much for the subs. You guys are the absolute best over on the Twitch side of things. There's another run by Johnson, and he's just going to take it for about 3 yards up the middle. He was scrambling. He actually avoided a sack there. He avoided 2 sacks and was able to just get up the middle, make it look really easy, zigzagging, juking past everybody, and it's now 3rd down, 3rd and 5 to be exact. The Commanders, by the way, 4 and 12 on the season, and Philadelphia 11 and 5. Got to get a stop here. Johnson in the gun gets the snap, throws it over to the right, and there's a first down caught by Burks, and so that's for 6 yards, and that'll move the chains. Caught at the Washington 42. Jihad Campbell chased him on out of bounds. Okay, let's make sure that we pull this up. Yes. So if we do take a look right now at the NFL standings, okay. So the Philadelphia Eagles right now are tied for the 2 seed with the Chicago Bears, but Chicago, of course, has the tiebreaker right now because Chicago beat the Philadelphia Eagles on Black Friday. So they're both 11 and 5. And here we go, another handoff up the middle to Krosky Merritt as he runs for 2 yards. And Josh Uche and Byron Young are able to make the tackle. Hilly Ringo, Jacorian Bennett, and Michael Carter II, each getting a start today. This is Jacorian Bennett's first start of the season. And for Michael Carter II, it's his 5th. So just wanted to let you know about that. Okay. So we're obviously keeping our eyes on that Chicago Bears game. Detroit does have the football. It's 4th and 6. They just took the 3, and they now lead it 3-0 against the Chicago Bears. That was Bates who got a 34-yard field goal, and we will certainly take that. There's a flag issued here in the Eagles game with 8:53 to go. They're going to call a defensive holding on Bennett. And that's going to be a 5-yard penalty and a first down enforced at the Washington 44. Therefore, they'll have the football at their own 49-yard line. Watching the podcast from the Kelsey brothers. Let's go. Serena's here. What's going on, Serena? How are you? A little bit behind on the chat. All right, final score predictions, 13-12 Eagles. Dude, I can't. I don't want this to be a close game. I really don't. I don't want this to be a close game. I want the Eagles to just have me I just want them to have us put our feet up. You know what I'm saying? Johnson going to hand it off, and then he gets the flip back, but he stumbled a little bit, and now he's going to throw it, and it's incomplete. And that was supposed to go over to the left side. He looked like he tossed it over to Jacorian Bennett behind the line of scrimmage, of course. And then they just flipped it back over to him. And the pass was just a little bit in front of him. And then he had to pick up the football and then scramble over to the right side, or the left side that was, and try to throw it. And the pass was incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 after all of that at the Washington 49-yard line. Scott is now in for the Washington Commanders. We've seen Krosky Merritt so far with 3 rushes and for 8 yards, as he's going to run it again, and this time he's going to take it for 4 yards. Brandon Graham does close the gap, but it's a 4-yard gain, and now it's 3rd and 6 at the Philadelphia 47-yard line. Does anyone remember AFV? Yes. America's Funniest Home Videos, of course. Of course I remember that. Bob Saget. Yes. 3rd and 6. All right, let's get a stop. Come on. You got to stop here. Washington only has 1 opening drive touchdown this year. And here we go. Here's a little toss that goes over towards the left side. It's going to be caught by Deebo Samuel at the 47. Takes it past the 45, down at the 44. And Jordan Davis stops him. It's now 4th and 3 at the Philadelphia 44-yard line. The clock is ticking. It's now down to 7:45 here in the first quarter. Eagles and Commanders are scoreless, and Washington is going to go for it here. Get another stop. Johnson in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers all lined up on the left side. 8 seconds left on the play clock. And now McKinnon is in motion. He will go to the right side of Johnson. He gets the snap. He's looking towards the left side. Wide open catch right at the 40, and down at the 39 is scary Terry McLaurin. And the drive will continue for the Commanders as they move the sticks. Wide open catch and a good play call there for Washington. It most certainly worked, and the Eagles defense has to stay out there. The drive has lasted for 4 minutes and 56 seconds so far, and Washington has gotten 46 yards out of 9 plays. Come on, a stop there. 6:45 left to go in the opening quarter. Johnson now under center. A receiver in motion going from left to right. And Johnson will hand it off to Krosky Merritt. Only 1-yard gain there as Byron Young and Michael Carter are able to take him down just past the line of scrimmage. They'll call it just a gain of 1. The ball stopped at the 38, and it'll still tick on downwards. Good job by the Eagles to not allow a lot of yards on that run. Katie says, I'm going to go 34-20 Birds. That sounds good. That sounds more like it. I love that. Let's go. All right. We do like an old school radio play-by-play. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Johnson again in the gun, gets the snap. He looks towards the left side. Another wide open catch caught right at the 25 by Terry McLaurin. Carter and Brown were there to take him down. But another first down. That's the 4th first down of this drive by Washington. And the Eagles secondary just not able to do their job. Missed assignment there, it looks like. I mean, just from what it looked like on the film, it looked like it was just a missed assignment by Carter, not able to stay on his man. Haven't scored a first quarter touchdown since week 7 out at Dallas. That is Washington. Another handoff to Krosky Merritt. Drukes over towards the right side. Gets past one defender and is down at the 24. Only just a gain of a yard there. But Sidney Brown got the tackle. And Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt actually able to get something out of nothing. There's Cliff Kingsbury, who's the offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders, over on the sidelines in his black hoodie. It's really more of like a windbreaker jacket, excuse me. 4:40 left to go in the first quarter. Again, Johnson in the gun gets the snap. He's going to step up, and he's going to run it himself past the 20, down inside the 15. They'll mark him down at the 11-yard line as he slides right there, and that is another first down for Washington. As soon as the pocket started to collapse and there was just an opening up front, I mean, there was just no chance that anyone was going to be able to stop him. Jacory Mene tried to dive at the ankles, but he just mistimed it a little bit and was able to get an extra 2 yards. 1st and 10, 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. The red zone touchdown percentage this year for Washington is at 64%. Another handoff to Krosky. Merrick gets past the left guard and runs up the middle and will now take it down to the 5. And it's a 2nd and 4. And they have got to get to the 1 in order for it to be a 1st and goal, but they are 5 yards away from getting on into the end zone. And again, we're keeping you updated with this Lions-Bears game. So Detroit is up 3-0 against Chicago. It's a 1st and 10 for Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears at the Detroit 45. 2nd and 4, 3:13 left to go in the first quarter. Another handoff, and going nowhere and nowhere fast is Krosky Merritt. He got absolutely swarmed by Trotter and Carter. They actually said that he lost 1 yard, did not get back to the line of scrimmage, and it's now 3rd and 5. It's a big play here. What's up, Mark? What is going on, man? Cheese It Wizard says, yo, I'm watching the game. Shout out to you, man. Washington is going to take a timeout here, and that will be their first one that they decide to burn. Johnson, so far today, running-wise, has scrambled for 16 yards and has ran with the ball twice. As far as his completions go, he's 5 for 6 and has completed 44 yards passing-wise in this game, including 20 of them being caught by Deebo Samuel, 18 caught by Terry McLaurin, and 6 for Burks. If you're just tuning on the Eagles side of things, Bigsby had 1 rush for 13 yards. McKee is 1 for 2 in the passing game. He completed a 17-yard pass to Devontae Smith, and that's all the Eagles' offense. All right, so Johnson again ready to get back out there for the Commanders as he lines them up in the shotgun once again. 3 receivers over towards the left side. Johnson gets the snap. He's looking towards the left side, throws it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Supposed to go to Treylon Burks. It was over his head. He was covered pretty well, too, though. And Burks not able to catch it. It's now 4th and 5. And we'll see what Washington decides to do here. And if the Eagles, if they, of course, decide to go for it on 4th down, if they can get a stop, we'll see what happens. That was Carter who actually covered him pretty well there. All right, so Washington is actually going to take the 3 here. Jake Moody is going to go out there to kick the field goal. It's a 24-yard field goal. And here we go. The ball is about ready to be snapped. Formation is there. The ball was snapped. The ball was spotted, and it hits off the right side of the crossbar, and it's no good. Jake Moody missed a 24-yard field goal. And with all of that, we're still scoreless, and a timeout taken, a game timeout, and the Philadelphia Eagles will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Wow, wow, wow. I'll take it. Missed a 24-yard field goal, hit the right upright, and did not go in. All right. Let's refresh this. Okay. Let's check in on those Lions and Bears. Okay. Where is it? E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Man, doink. All right, so let's check up on those Lions and Bears. All right, so Chicago It's a 1st and 10 at the Detroit 22. Taylor did just punt it, and Detroit is going to get the football back. So it's a 3-0 Detroit lead. The Detroit defense helps out and takes care of the Chicago Bears on their first drive of the game. So Detroit will have the football at their own 22. Again, we're keeping our eyes on that game as well, probably during halftime. If there is time, we will certainly go there and check up on those Lions and Bears. Okay. What else is going on in the chat? Mods, I appreciate it. I appreciate all your help. Guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons. We cover the Eagles, we cover the Phillies, and we cover the Sixers on this channel. We do live radio-style play-by-play. So for those of you who obviously cannot tune on into the games, it's like a really good way. It's a nice alternate route to do it. There's not really a lot of people that do a play-by-play cast of these sports on YouTube. There's people that do more of like a watch party style. And so I appreciate all the love and I appreciate all the support that you guys give over here. Yo, how we doing? I'm a Pats fan here. It's a 7-0 game for the Pats right now. Henderson with the touchdown after the Dolphins defense allowed Ramondre to get 65 yards on the opening drive. Oh, man. Wow. Hello, JJ. I'm just flying, says Brian. Dude, I'm so happy to see you on here. And again, if you were following me over on Twitch, I really appreciate that. It means a lot. We're trying to grow over on the Twitch side of things, so thank you very much. All right, so here's Tanner McKee as we start things off at the 20. Was lucky that he actually got back over to the line of scrimmage because he just got absolutely tattooed, and he is going to get on up. That was Deron Payne again, able to make his second tackle of the day. They will actually credit him for a gain of 2 yards there. It looked like that he was about ready to get tackled at the line, but he just did dive on forward and was credited for 2 yards. So that is actually pretty impressive. 2nd and 8, 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. It's been flying by so far. A handoff over to Bigsby, who runs up the middle, gets past the right guard, takes it all the way to the 30, and there's a first down. They'll mark him actually down at the 31-yard line. Tank Bigsby with 2 rushes on the ground today for a total of 22 yards. He's averaged about 11 per carry so far. So if the Eagles win and if Chicago loses, Philadelphia does get the number 2 seed. McKee in the gun again, gets the snap, looks towards the right side, throws it to Devontae Smith. It's caught just inside the yellow line, and it's an 8-yard catch by Devontae as he's tackled by Jones, and that is going to mark them down just inside the 40, right at about the 39-yard line. Looked like it was a little bit more of an out route there as the throw was made to Devontae. Here's McKee again. Another shotgun snap. The pressure's coming. He avoids a sack. He jukes past one defender and takes it down the middle and scrambles for just a yard. He was just a little bit short of that first down marker. The knee was down at the 40. He had to get to the 41. Kinlaw was credited for the tackle there. It was a fake handoff to Bigsby, and then he just dropped back. He avoided a sack and then just was able to juke on by Sandra still and a couple of other defenders, including Payne. So now it's 3rd and 1 for the Philadelphia Eagles as they line up again. 3 receivers over towards the right side. Another fake handoff. McKee is going to throw it pretty deep. He fires it, and what a catch made by Devontae Smith. He had to dive on backwards. He jumped up in the air, an acrobatic catch at the Washington 33-yard line, and that's going to end the first quarter. So Philadelphia has a 1st and 10 inside the Washington 35, and they will start things off at the 33 once they enter into quarter number 2. I think he just threw that thing into double coverage, and that was just an awesome throw. And what a heck of a grab, too, by Devontae Smith, just falling backwards in the air and catching it, reeling it on in, and doing a very good job. This is why he's just an incredible receiver for the Eagles, of course. All right. By the way, Detroit has a 2nd and 10 at their own 49-yard line. And the first quarter is ready to end. Jared Goff just threw an incomplete pass to Williams. And again, just got to make sure that I keep mentioning this. If the Chicago Bears lose and if the Eagles win, the Philadelphia Eagles get the number 2 seed and would play the Packers in the first round. Okay. Looks like Washington is about to score, says Rob Long. It didn't happen, my friend. What's up, Lou? What's going on? I'm actually glad that we are resting people today. I think that the rest is more important than the potential home game down the road. Yeah, I mean, I think that you can try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I think that you can still get the number 2 seed, and that you can rest your guys. I think that that's totally fine. And I'm okay with Devontae playing in this first quarter. That's fine with me. But Jalen, I don't think that there's a reason to play him. Same thing with AJ. I mean, I'm hoping that Devontae doesn't necessarily play throughout this whole entire game, but you get him some snaps, that's fine. Lane Johnson deserves to have some snaps too over at right tackle, but yeah, that's how I feel. Truly, this should not be a close game. Eagles should be dominating Washington. I still can't believe that Moody missed a 24-yard field goal. I mean, are you kidding me? Just hit off the right side of the crossbar. Wow. All right, so the Bears and the Lions are going into the second quarter. Lions again have the football. It's a 1st and 10 at the Chicago 40. And the Eagles, of course, are still in a timeout. So, again, keeping you updated on that Lions-Bears game as we call this one. What's up, John? He says, aloha, JJ, and crew from Monsoon in Hawaii. Just checking on in. Shout out to you, man. Big shout out to you for being on here. Happy New Year. To each and every one of you. Again, if you've been rocking with me for the Philadelphia Eagles, and if you have not been keeping up with my Eagles, with my Sixers content, I want to make sure that I wish you guys a happy New Year. You guys are the best. Big things this year, that's for sure. All right, so here we go. The Eagles have the football, and we'll start off the second quarter. There was a nice completion to Devontae Smith for a 27-yard pass. And so McKee's going to get it again, fakes the handoff, throws it up the middle, caught by Jahan Dotson, inside the 20, zigzags over to the 18-yard line, and that's where he's down. Back-to-back passes for Philadelphia where they go over 10 yards and they get a first down. A 27-yard pass to Devontae and a 15-yard pass to Jahan Dotson. So Devontae did get over the 1,000-yard marker with his receiving yards this year. I think that's why they ended up playing him. So they're going to hand it off this time over to Tank Bigsby as he runs up the middle and he gets himself 3 yards. And it's now 2nd and 7 at the Washington 15. A little bit surprised that they actually played him just to be able to get to that marker, but good for him. 14 minutes left to go here in this second quarter. And McKee is going to break the huddle right now. What's Mark saying? JJ, thank you, bro. I can't watch it, so you my man. It says CBS has it, but it's not on my TV. Man, you must be blacked out. That sucks. That really sucks. Again, we do this for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. McKee in the gun again, gets the snap, throws it over to the left side. A wide-open play that was supposed to be caught by Will Shipley, and it just went off of his fingertips. I mean, he was wide open. How could he not catch that? It's just beyond me. So it's now 3rd and 7 at the Washington 15. That would have just been for maybe about 4 yards or so, but still, you got to get him. So it's now 3rd and 7. It would have been caught at the 11-yard line. Gosh. All right, come on. Empty backfield this time for the Eagles. 2 receivers over on each side. And Calcaterra, the tight end, over on the right side. Here's the snap. McKee gets it, throws it towards the end zone, and that is caught by Calcaterra for a touchdown. And the Eagles take a 6-0 lead. And Calcaterra running a slant up the middle, catching it in the end zone, and Philadelphia on the board.
3 and out. 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 3 and
That's Calcaterra's second career receiving touchdown, and he just did a good job with that route there. Good play call by Philadelphia, and the Eagles are in the end zone at 6-0. Extra point coming up. 9 plays, 80 yards, in just under 4 minutes for the Eagles on that drive. Elliott for the extra point. The ball was snapped, the ball was spotted, and the kick is good by Jake Elliott. It's 7-0 Birds. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Great play. Good execution on that drive offensively for the Eagles. Let's go. I love the creativity there. I do. The concepts were nice, and I'll tell you, the play calling worked out very well. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Let's go. All right, updates on the Lions game. It's 1st and 20 for the Lions, and the ball is at the Chicago 37. They have got to get to the 17-yard line. It's not good. I don't like the sound of that. They got to get in the end zone here. 13:45 left to go in the second quarter. Again, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the game up on the phone because I believe that game is on Fox. Let's see. Let's see if that game is on Fox. It's 2nd and 13. Montgomery just ran for 7 yards. Former Eagle Kevin Byard just made the tackle. All right. Let's put it on the phone. See if it works. Solid start for Tanner McKee. That is for sure. That is for sure. Okay. All right. Let's change multi-view. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Good stuff. Seema Fox says, hey, John, it's good to see you. It's good to see everybody on here, man. All right. 13 minutes and 37 seconds to go in this second quarter, and the Eagles defense is going to go out there. Eagles playing, of course, at home at the Link. Oh, nice. Detroit has it right at their own, right at the Chicago 12. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Lions. Take that. Awesome stuff. That was Amon-Ra St. Brown on the catch. All right. 13:37 left to go in this second quarter. Elliott's kickoff, here it is, and that is going to go towards the back of the end zone, and Washington will have it at their own 35-yard line. So that is a touchback. All right, come on, Lions. Need the Lions to beat the Chicago Bears. Here's the shotgun snap for Jared Goff. He's looking, he fires, and it's denied and rejected, and it's now going to be 2nd and 10. They're close to scoring. They're just in the red zone. All right, Josh Johnson out there for the Washington Commanders, ready to start off the Commanders' drive. We'll let you know if the Lions do score. Johnson under center. Krosky Merritt is the running back. And here comes Johnson, fakes the handoff, drops back, lofts it over to the right side, throws it, and it's caught only for about a yard or so by Sano. And it's now 2nd and 9. All right, here we go. Goff ready to throw it towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Oh, darn it. It's now 3rd and 10. The Lions are at the Chicago 12 and are 12 yards away from making it a 2-possession lead against the Bears. Eagles need to win, and the Bears need to lose in order for the Eagles to get the number 2 seed. Here's another throw by Johnson over towards the left side, only for a short gain of 2 yards. Sidney Brown on the coverage, able to take down Sano again immediately. All right, Goff with an empty backfield here for Detroit at the 12. He gets the snap. He's looking. He escapes the blitz. He throws it to the end zone, and that's incomplete. And so the Bears defense does its job, and the field goal unit is going to go back out there for Detroit. Okay. Again, now 3rd and 7 for the Commanders. Johnson in the gun, gets the snap, drops back, throws it, wide open catch at the 45, taking it inside the 40, past one Eagles defender, and over to the right side of another defender, down at the 37. That is scary Terry McLaurin, 25 yards on that catch. He caught it and then just had 5 yards after the catch that he was able to just take on in. All right, so the field goal was good by Bates again. Detroit does lead it 6-0. They don't get a touchdown, but it's 6-0 Detroit against the Chicago Bears. All right, 11:35 to go in this game out in Philadelphia. Another handoff that goes to Rodriguez, and he's going to punch his way past the 30, down at the 25, and a 1st and 10. Another first down for the Commanders. 4 plays, 40 yards. They are just pounding that ball on the ground, it seems like, over the last couple of plays or so. And Terry McLaurin getting very active in the air game, too. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icons. It's 65 degrees here, says John, and I got the windows shut, a robe on, and wool socks. Pouring rain. Oof, that sucks. Pouring rain and rare thunder going on here. Stay safe. Stay safe. All right, Johnson in the gun, gets the snap. He's going to run it over towards the left side. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and he fumbled the football. He fumbled the ball, and it was recovered at the Philadelphia 24 by Washington, and it's now 2nd and 9. The ball came out. That was Deebo Samuel who was running with the ball. It got knocked out by Kelly Ringo, and luckily enough, Washington Commander was able to just dive back on top of it, and it's now 2nd and 9 at the 24. 94 targets for Deebo this year, 70 catches, 707 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. Hasn't had the best year. Johnson gets the snap, drops back, throws it over towards the left side. It's deflected and almost intercepted by the Eagles. Oh, my goodness. It looked like that Jahad Campbell got a hand on it, and it was just nearly picked off. They could not get it, though. It's now 3rd and 9. Oh, no. So close, but yet so far. And we have a player down. That's Johnson for Philadelphia. Is that Brad Johnson for the Eagles? He's down, and we're going to have an injury timeout taken. Oh, man. Okay, 7-0 Birds as they lead it against the Washington Commanders. Who was that? That was Johnson that got hurt. Johnson. Brandon Johnson couldn't make the catch there. Hello, everybody. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well. Turn on the bell icons. Make sure that you also time out all those bots, too, all the mods that are here. If you guys enjoy my play-by-play, this is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on for the Eagles, the Sixers, and the Phillies. Do a lot of Phillies games. We do a lot of baseball content during the regular season. It's going to be a big year for us, man. I'm really excited about all the baseball content that we're going to be doing this year. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. It's been 3 years that we've been doing this. 3 years. It's awesome. May get snow for the system. Oof. Man. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good, John. Appreciate you for stopping on by, man. Shout out to you. All right, so Detroit is up 6-0. Caleb Williams just almost threw a pick. Darn it, it just went off the fingertips of Jack Campbell. And it's 2nd and 10 for Chicago. Okay. So we're keeping our eyes on this Bears game. Other scores around the National Football League. Denver leads at 10-0 against the LA Chargers. The Rams are up 6-3. Both of those games are in the second quarter. Denver just started off their second quarter right now. Arizona has the football in the Rams game. And there's 9:49 left to go in the second quarter of that one. The Chiefs are up 3-0 against the Las Vegas Raiders. They're in the second quarter, too. The New England Patriots are also up 14-7 against the Miami Dolphins. 10 minutes left in the first half of that game. The Jets, they're down 7-0 against the Buffalo Bills. Second quarter just started there. And those are all the scores currently around the National Football League, as well as the Lions-Bears game and the Eagles-Commanders game. 3rd and 9 for Washington. Ball is on the 34. Here's the snap, and here's the throw over towards the end zone. Flags come flying everywhere, and they're going to call a pass interference on the Eagles. It's Jacorian Bennett, who was just covering Treylon Burks, and they said that he grabbed him, and that is going to spot the football at the 1. Not good there for Philadelphia on their defensive side of the ball. So it's a 1st and goal for the Washington Commanders. And that was a clear hold, absolutely. Didn't give him any sort of breathing room, and just was way on him, holding on and tugging to that left wrist. Can't do that. Okay. Darn, that's a bad one. Detroit, by the way, is going to be getting the football back. As, again, they lead at 6-0. The Bears couldn't do anything. Here's a handoff over towards Krosky Merritt, and he just got back to the line of scrimmage. Eagles defense does a very good job on that play. Rodriguez actually got the handoff and got tackled by Young. Tried to get through the teeth of the defense, and he went nowhere. And the Eagles D did its job. His knee was down, they said. And when he showed the ball, it was just at the goal line. 9:15 to go in this second quarter. Can the Eagles get a stop? That pass interference was bad by Bennett. Another handoff this time, and there is a touchdown for Washington. I believe that he got in. Saw the signal, and it is a touchdown for Chris Rodriguez Jr. Just showed the ball over the end zone, and it's now 7-6. Sometimes you just got to be strong enough to be able to run up the middle and just fight through all of those bodies. And he did. Give him credit there. And Moody's going to go out there for the extra point to try to tie the game with 9:03 to go. And here we go. 8 plays, 65 yards in 4 minutes and 24 seconds. And beats his extra point. Here it comes. The ball was snapped. The ball was spotted. And the kick is good. And we're knotted up at 7 as the kick was right down Broadway. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Eagles and Commanders tied at 7 apiece. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, 9 minutes and 3 seconds left to go here in this first half. Make sure you guys make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. Again, we're keeping our eyes on this Detroit-Chicago game. How about if I do this? Let me try to put this scoreboard up here just to show you how much time is left in that first half. Here it is. Okay, so it's 6-0 Detroit. It's a 4th and 1. They're going to go for it, and I don't think that they got it. No, they did not. Darn it. 4th and 1. Jahmyr Gibbs ran it for no gain, and the ball is at the Detroit 33. Now it's 4th and 1. Excuse me. Goff is under center. And we have flags flying everywhere. That's going to go against the Detroit offense, right? It's going to be on Chicago. It's going to be on Billings. That's a 5-yard penalty, and Detroit is going to get themselves a first down. Okay, take that. That's beautiful. Nice. All right, let's go back to this Eagles game. Okay, so the Eagles have themselves a 1st and 10 at their own 35. So the kickoff by Moody was just kicked towards the back of the end zone. Here's McKee under center, ready to hand it off over to Bigsby, and they stacked the box. They were right there. They were ready for him, and that is going to be a gain of 1 yard. Okay, so again, let's put this down here. Sorry about the ball marker. Don't know why that delayed. It's really weird. 2nd and 9, 8 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Eagles need to win and the Bears need to lose in order for the Eagles to get that number 2 seed. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, looks towards the right side, throws it wide open. Catch made by Darius Cooper at the 46. Good play call, and Sanders still just not able to cover Darius Cooper as Cooper was left wide open. And so the Eagles are going to move the sticks, and that's going to be a first down. All right, Detroit currently has themselves another first down. The ball is at the Chicago 45. Goff just handed it off to Gibbs for a 6-yard run. All right, back to the Birds game. Here is Bigsby on a handoff, and he's going to take it past the 46 over to about the 50-yard line. He's tackled by Jones, 2nd down and 6 yards. And with 7:35 left to go, Eagles and Commanders are tied at 7 apiece in this first half. Key will line them up again. Eagles offense did really good on the very last drive. So far on this drive, it's been okay. McKee gets the snap, another handoff that goes over to Bigsby, and this time he's going to be tackled by about 2 or 3 Commanders. There were flags thrown, though, and I'm sure that they're going to call offsides here, and they will on Jackson for Washington. So that's a 5-yard penalty. It's now 2nd and 1, and the ball will be spotted at the Washington 45-yard line. Okay. Detroit has a 3rd and 4 at the Chicago 45. They lead it 6-0 against the Chicago Bears. There's 5 minutes and 24 seconds left in that first half. 2nd and 1 in the Eagles game with 7 minutes to go. Sort of calling 2 games at once, I guess. Calcaterra in motion. Here is a play action pass from McKee. He's going to throw it. It's a short pass that goes over towards about the 41, and that's going to be caught and taking it past the 40 to the 35, all the way down to the 20 to the 15, and that is Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby again left wide open for a short pass, and he just wrapped up the yards right after the catch, leaned into a defender, got him on a pump fake, took it to the outside, and the Eagles are in the red zone. Nice. All right. So again, McKee is going to get the snap. He drops back to the 20. He'll throw it. It's caught at the 10, and that'll be by Kylan Granson. And it's a 5-yard catch. And they'll mark him down just inside the 10 at about the 9. That 31-yard catch by Tank Bigsby, that was huge. That is absolutely awesome. Oh, boy. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the bell icons, too. And that way you will know when we do go live. So the Lions are about ready to score. They're at the 15. It's a 2nd and 10 of Chicago. Lions have Goff, fires it to the 10. It's caught and taken it to the end zone for a touchdown to make it 12-0. That is Jahmyr Gibbs. 12-0 Detroit against the Chicago Bears. All right, it's now 3rd and 2 for the Eagles. A.J. Dillon just ran it for 3 yards, so that certainly does help the Eagles. We'll let you know how the extra point is for Detroit against Chicago. 3rd and 1. Here we go. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, rolls towards the right side, throws it towards the back of the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete. And we'll see what the Eagles decide to do here. If the offense will stay out there or if they're going to just take the 3. Looks like the offense is, look over at Sirianni. It's 4th and 1, and the offense will stay out. All right, come on. Let's go. So Detroit does score. That does help the Eagles' sake. And they do lead at 13-0. The extra point was good. All right, can the Eagles get in? They got to get 1 yard. They're at the 5. 1 second left on the play clock, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Philadelphia. So each team has 2 timeouts left with 4:49 to go in the first half. Eagles and Commanders are tied at 7 apiece, and the Lions lead it 13-0 against the Bears. Let's go, Detroit. Let's go, baby. All right. 4th and 1 for the Birds. Come on, let's go. All right, so here is McKee lining up in the shotgun, gets the snap. He's looking. He'll roll over to the right side. Blitz is coming. He's going to throw it, and that's an incomplete pass. And Washington is going to take on over on downs just outside of their own 5. They'll start at their own 6, and the Commanders' defense does its job. So Philadelphia and Washington tied up at 7 apiece. 4:43 left to go in the first half, and we have a TV timeout taken. Darn it. Not good there. Not good on that side. Darn it. Okay. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the bell icons, and that way you will know when we do go live. We are trying to get to the 200 marker today on the likes, so if you guys have not done so, hit that thumbs up button, man. Support your boy Play-by-Play with JJ. Where's everybody tapping on in from? Let us know down below where you guys are tapping in from, and I'll give you a little shout-out. We'll play the bell. See my foxes poop again. I hear you. All right, Bears are ready to get the football back. And 4:40 left to go in the first half of that game. So as the TV timeout is taken in the Eagles game, let's head over to the Bears game very, very quickly. That's 13-0 Detroit. Here's the kickoff, and this is going to be launched high, and It'll be caught inside the 15, taking it past the 20, going past the 30, and to the 31-yard line is going to be Bates as the kicker, and Duvernay had a 26-yard return. Mark says, I'm tuning on in from Philly. Alex McCutcheon tuning on in from Texas. Big Los, thank you so much for the sub over on Twitch. I appreciate it. Or was that on YouTube? I appreciate it no matter what. So if the Bears lose, if the Bears lose and the Eagles win, the Eagles do get the 2 seed. That is correct. If the Eagles technically tie and the Bears lose, then the Eagles also get the 2 seed that way as well. And if Philadelphia loses, or if the Eagles win and the Bears win, then the Eagles just stay at the 3 seed. So that is what's going on. Eagles have to win. Chicago has to lose. Big ups from Tokyo. Go Birds! Tokyo. Whew, I love that. Love that. Shout out from Tokyo. That is so cool, man. I always am really impressed with how many people tune on in from other countries. It's it's so awesome, and it makes this whole thing so rewarding. All right, so Washington is going to have the football at their own 6-yard line. Remember, the Eagles could not score. They tried to go for it on 4th down, and they were just not far away from the end zone, and they could not get it in. It's 7-7. That is the score. 4 minutes and 43 seconds left to go here in the first half. Eagles have to win. Bears have to lose in order for the Eagles to get that number 2 seed. And Washington is actually going to take their second time out. So Johnson going on over to the sidelines to talk things over with his head coach. By the way, it's 3rd and 4 now for Chicago at their own 48-yard line. And sorry, I got to change the scoreboard back. Well, maybe not right now, but once the Eagles game is back on. All right, 3rd and 4 for the Chicago Bears. Let's see if Detroit's defense can hold up Chicago here. They're 1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. Williams under center. Hands it off to the running back, and he is going to only get 2 yards that time, and it's going to be 4th down territory for the Bears. Okay, Washington, Philadelphia, now back in action. We're going to go to that game right now and change the little score. So it's 1st and 10 for the Commanders. They're going to hand it off to Jacorian Krosky Smith, and he's going to only get himself maybe about a yard or so. And they'll actually credit him with 2. Williams going for it on 4th down. Here's the snap. Wide open catch made at the 40. Down at the 39 goes the receiver. I believe that was Lovelace that caught it. And so it's a 1st down and a new set of downs for the Chicago Bears. And that's going to take them to the 2-minute warning. So back to the Birds game. 2nd and 8 for the Washington Commanders. And so here is the snap, and Johnson is going to throw it over towards the left side. It's a short pass, and it's going to be completed by Burks, who takes it all the way to the 14, and they'll call it 3rd and 2, just inside the 15-yard line. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this first half of the Philadelphia-Washington game. Washington has 1 timeout. The Eagles have 2. And the Commanders so far 2 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. Here we go. Johnson in the gun. Gets the snap. He's going to hand it off. And Washington will get themselves a 1st down. Taking it to the 20. To the 21 is Rodriguez. It's a gain of 7 yards. Just a straight run up the middle. And Carter and Bennett tackle him right on the ankles. But the drive does continue for the Commanders. And the Eagles defense cannot get the ball back just yet. Darn it. Eagles must win. Chicago must lose. JJ is going intercontinental. Dude, it's so great. It's so freaking cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love how that happens during baseball season. I mean, it also happens in basketball season, too. We tend to get a lot of people from the Philippines if they're tuning in outside the U.S., which is really awesome, too. Another handoff that goes to Rodriguez, and this time he'll get 3 yards, running past the right guard and tackled by Josh Uche. And that'll take him to the Washington 24-yard line. Just 18 yards manufactured on 4 plays in about less than 3 minutes. There's 2:20 left to go. We're about 20 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. Now mark it 15 seconds. And I think that Washington is not going to run another play here. They will not. So that will take us to the 2-minute warning. And therefore, we'll just wait for the Bears game once they come back on. Because they'll be back first before the Eagles are. Okay. Hank Bigsby steamrolling guys, and the Eagles throwing it twice. It's just, I mean, I don't know why. The one thing I can't understand is on that last Eagles possession, right? It's a 4th down, and I know hindsight's 20/20, right? But I was also thinking about this in the moment. Why not run the ball there? Why not try to run it there? I'm just curious. I'm not like criticizing them for not doing it. I just want to hear what Sirianni's perspective was about that, or even Kevin Patullo when it comes to his idea of why not run there. So, all right, Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears are now back in action. So Chicago has the football. They just extended their own drive. Let's put that back on. Here's the snap and the throw. It's made to the 41, and another catch made by Washington. That's Cole Kmet, who was able to catch that. Actually ended up losing 4 yards there. Williams actually escaped a blitz, and so it was a loss of 4 yards. So it's now 2nd and 14 with 1:25 left to be played in the second quarter, and the ball is at the Detroit 41-yard line. Here we go. 1:15 left. Williams backs up as he gets the snap. He's going to throw. It's deflected off of a Lion, and it's incomplete. It's now 3rd and long coming on up. Let's go. Keep timing out those mods, or keep timing out those bots, I should say. Clock stops with 1:12 left in this Lions-Bears game in the first half. 3rd and 14. And here we go. Williams in the gun again. Gets the snap. Drops back over to the 50. Fires it up the middle. Catch made. It's not a first down, though. It's now 4th and manageable, though. It'll be an 11-yard catch by Loveland. And it's now 4th down and 3 at the Detroit 30-yard line. Eagles ready to get back in action as the Commanders have the football. It's 2nd and 7. But let's look at this Chicago play first. 40 seconds left in the second quarter for the Chicago Bears. They still have all 3 timeouts. Swift or DJ Moore in motion. Williams in the gun gets the snap, throws it, and the catch made, but it's dropped, and Detroit thinks that they have the football. Is it a completion is the question. The Eagles, on the other hand, as the snap was made, Johnson threw it over towards the left side, and it was intercepted by Jalen Hunt. And he takes it all the way to the Washington 22, and Philadelphia is near the red zone. Johnson just threw a pick. Jalen Hunt able to just cut off the receiver, and the Philadelphia Eagles defense comes through, and a timeout taken at the 1:53 marker. Back to the Chicago game really quickly. Loveland had it. He completed it, and I believe that he fumbled the ball. Detroit did get on top of it. The replay reviewed the pass completion ruling, and the play was reversed. They did say that Williams' pass was incomplete. But the call was overturned, and they're saying that it's a booth review over on the ESPN app. Darn it. Jalen Hunt with his 3rd pick of the season. for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that certainly does help. Let's see if the Eagles can take advantage. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, throws it. It's caught at the 5, and down goes Darius Cooper. Again, a nice pass made by the Philadelphia Eagles. It's now 1st and goal for Philadelphia. There's a flag thrown, though, and I believe that was after the play. The clock stops at 1:42. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icons, folks. You guys are awesome. Let's see what this flag is.
NFL Sunday ticket. Now just $4.99 for one more glorious Sunday.
They're going to call taunting on Darius Cooper, and that's a 15-yard penalty in between the downs. Darn it. And it's now 2nd and 8 at the Washington 20. Come on, man. Taunting? Really? They stared him down. But come on. Makes an awesome catch and then just gets called for taunting. Not good. Come on, man. 9 more subs till we get to the 8,200 marker. Again, thank you so much for all the love and the support. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, drops back, looks towards the left side, throws it, and the pass is incomplete. Supposed to go to Jahan Dotson over on the left. He was at the 2, and the pass was a little bit behind him. And it's now 2nd and 10. Let's go back to this Bears game very quickly. And Detroit does have the football. So it was a turnover by Loveland. He did fumble the ball, and Detroit has it. And it's a 1st and 10 at their own 42. That's nice. There's 24 seconds left to go in that first half. Here come the Eagles again on offense. Bigsby is going to run with the football. Got back to the line. Payne was ready for him, and so was the veteran himself, Bobby Wagner, to take him down immediately at the line of scrimmage. And it's now 3rd and 10. Ball is still on the Washington 20-yard line. With 1 minute left to go in this first half. Let's go. Come on, McKee. Let's go. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, drops back, throws it over towards the end zone, and it's picked off at the 2, taking it to the 10, to the 20, running on the outside, over towards the 29-yard line, and on the interception there, just a bad play by Tanner McKee, not a good read at all. He was supposed to throw it to Dotson. Reeves picked it off. It's a 29-yard return, and Washington takes over at their own 29-yard line. I mean, that was not even close to Dotson, and so miscommunication causes a turnover for the Philadelphia Eagles, and we have a timeout taken with 48 seconds to go. Darius Cooper. I don't know why they're saying that isn't it. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. That sucks. Lions up 13-0. It's a 2nd and 4 for them. And Jared Goff ready to snap the football. 2nd and 4. Goff in the gun, gets the snap, throws it towards the middle. The catch is made right to about the 35-yard line. And Detroit will take its final timeout. So right now, this would be a 53-yard field goal. So Detroit takes their final timeout. And we'll see what they do here after the timeout is taken. There goes at least 3 points. Yeah, I hear you. That's not what you wanted. "12 seconds left in this Detroit game." I'm having a hard time following the two games and not knowing the names of the second strings and not sure who's who, what team they're on. So I'm just confused. That's just me, though. I gotcha. Yeah, so the bottom line is that Detroit's up 13-0. That's really all that you have to know. They just incompleted the pass, and Bates is going to... I'm curious when he's going to go out there for the field goal, if they're just going to do one more play. And the Eagles are tied 7-7. The offense is still out there for Detroit. All right. Eagles are still in a break. This is the only time that we're doing this. We're just doing this just because of playoff implications. Goff just threw another incomplete pass. Took 5 seconds off the play clock, the game clock, and they're just gonna have to go for the field goal. You would assume, right? All right, the Eagles are back on. Okay, Johnson for Washington with 15 seconds left on the play clock, ready to snap the football. The ball is at the Washington 29, and Johnson gets the snap, throws it, the catch made at the 35, and down to the 37 for Washington. It's a 2nd and 2. So the Lions just missed the field goal. The kick was no good, and they're at the half. It's 13-0. Detroit. Just wanted to throw that out there. All right. Johnson for Washington in the gun, gets the snap, throws it down the middle, and that's caught by Terry McLaurin for 14 yards. And so Washington is going to take their final timeout. It'll be a 1st and 10 at the Philadelphia 49-yard line. There's still 23 seconds to go in this first half. Eagles are tied 7-7 with the Commanders, and the Chicago Bears are down 13-0 against the Detroit Lions. Hardcore is here. What's up, Hardcore? Lions are doing their part, and Nick can't figure out when to kick a field goal. I hear you. Oh, man. 23 seconds left to go in this first half of the Commanders-Eagles game. Johnson in the gun, gets the snap, drops back, now is going to step up, and he takes it past the 50, over towards the 40, runs with the ball, and gets taken down. 13 seconds left, he has to get up, and let's see if they spike the football here. 8 seconds left to go. Are they going to spike it here or not? And they do, with 5 seconds left in this first half. So it's now 2nd and 10, and the ball is at the 38. Valerie, shout out to you for being on here. The refs are absolutely destroying this game, says Colton. Yeah, I mean, look, you just want a clean football game, right? That's it. Want a clean football game, and you want both teams to just go out there and play. Jake Moody is going to attempt a 56-yard field goal here with 5 seconds to go. And we'll see if he makes this. So here we go. The ball is snapped. The ball is spotted. Jake Moody missed before, and this time he knocks it down. It's 10-7. So he misses a 24-yard field goal, and he makes the 56-yarder. So Washington leads at 10-7 at the half against the Philadelphia Eagles. The good news, though, is that the Bears are down 13-0 at the half against Detroit. We're going to take a little step off. We will be right back in just a little bit. And we're going to go into the half. All right, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Give us about 5 minutes or so. We'll talk a little bit about that first half. Not really impressed with what happened on the last 2 offensive drives for the Philadelphia Eagles, but we'll talk more about it. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Well, the good news is that the Chicago Bears are losing. However, the bad news is that the Eagles are losing, and they were down 10-7 at the end of the first half. Hopefully they can step things up in the second half. But I just gotta say, I didn't really like some of the play calls that they had on third down. I can't necessarily seem to understand why they ended up going to. I saw Darius Cooper wide open, and Tanner McKee missed him over on the left side of the field, and it would have been for a first down. And he missed him there, and decided to go with more so of a short pass over to, I believe it wasn't Darius Cooper, it was Kyle Granson, but wasn't really a big fan of that play. But there were just some play calls that I thought that the Philadelphia Eagles really messed up on, and they just missed golden opportunities. The 4th and goal play I thought was not executed well at all, clearly. I mean, Tanner McKee threw it a little bit too high for the receiver and just was not able to make the catch in the end zone. It went way over his head. So the Eagles really should be up in this game. I feel like that they have just sort of played with their food a little bit in this game, it seems like, and they just have not been able to capitalize, and they've let opportunities slip away. McKee had another I was happy with how he did on the second drive. I thought that he did some really good things on that drive, and that the Eagles were really doing a good job moving the football. The pass that he made to Calcaterra, right on the money. The pass that he made to Devontae Smith, that was really good too. Devontae was in double coverage, and he was able to make just another excellent catch. That's just what Devontae Smith does. But Tanner McKee threw it right into the breadbasket and made some really good passes over to him. But overall, just really an underwhelming first half for the Philadelphia Eagles. And this is a game where I really didn't expect that the Eagles were going to play their starters, even heading on into this week. But we all knew that Jalen and the starters were not going to play. And I still thought that they really should beat this Washington team, even with the backups out there, just because I just think that Washington is just more so in a reset mode, and there's just not an excuse. You could do two things at once. You could be resting your starters, and you could still be trying to go out there and get the W, and so that doesn't necessarily make all the sense in the world to me. Another thing I wanted to talk about, so Tanner McKee, his accuracy really just did not look as sharp, especially towards the end of that first half. And that was really disappointing. I thought that there were a couple of plays, too, where the Eagles could have had picks, and the defense just missed a couple of opportunities as well, not able to get stops. This is sort of an audition, right? Like, you're seeing guys going out there making an audition for themselves for next year with Jeremiah Trotter, with Smile London Jr., and other guys getting some opportunities to go out there. Unfortunately, though, in that first half, just not a good overall first half by them. They had 4 penalties, and some of the penalties were really bad. The pass interference, that was on Jacorian Bennett. I don't know what he was doing there, but that was a very costly penalty. And then Rodriguez was just able to run it on into the end zone because that was at the 1. Just not good overall execution in that first half for the Philadelphia Eagles. But I guess that my question to you guys that I want to ask you all in the chat is this: what are the Eagles going to have to do in the second half in order for you to feel happy about this game? It sounds stupid, I understand, but I just want to know, do you think that they should run the ball more? Do you think that they need to get Darius Cooper involved a little bit more, or try to go to the tight ends? What adjustments do they have to make as they go into the second half? That's what I want to hear from you guys down below. And also, how would you grade that first half? Because to me, I put it up there as a C+, and I think that that's just being nice. Just missed opportunities. Again, some flashes of some good things, but you can see why Tank McKee. I was going to say Tanner McKee. You can see why he is a backup. So, Yeah, RB is here. What's up, RB? Shout out to RB. He's in the house. My guy, Philly Take with RB. He is the GOAT, man. Make sure that you go follow Philly Take with RB over on Philly Take with RB. Drop your link down below, my friend. He also does A to Z Sports Philadelphia, where he goes to cover the Eagles, and he does an awesome job. I can't wait to hear what he has to say after this game. That's where I'm going to go. Once this game is done, I'm going to go check that out, so I'm excited about that. But just not a good first half at all. Somebody in the chat said, there was Old Man Ferguson. He says, I'm pretty much fed up with the players not being disciplined. And I have to agree with you. I think that there have been times, and see, that to me is a reflection of the coaching staff, right? The coaching staff is supposed to put these guys in a position to succeed. And I'm not talking about Vic Fangio, because Vic Fangio overall has just done an incredible job with the defense. But we're talking about Nick Sirianni. We're talking about Kevin Patullo. We're talking about the guys that are on the offensive side of the ball. Even if the backups are out there, right? You knew coming on into this week that Tanner McKee was going to start, and you have to put them in positions to succeed. Why are they not running the football on fourth down when they have a 4th and 5, and they're at their own, and they're at the Washington 5? Why aren't they just running the ball there? All you need is 1 yard. You don't necessarily need to go for the kill there. Maybe just try to chew up a little bit more clock. I don't know. I just feel like that some of these play calling decisions just are not designed well. On the second drive, there was a lot of really good creativity where you could see receivers going towards the middle of the field, running go routes, running slants, and Tanner McKee was able to hit them perfectly, and the offensive line did a good job blocking for him, giving him time. And then you just see other times where they're just scrambling around, where they're just not able to stay disciplined, not know what the task is, and just not execute well. And that's what's frustrating, right? Those are the types of things that we just cannot get behind. And you want to go out there and get the W. I don't know about you. I want that 2 seed. I really do. There's no excuse why the Philadelphia Eagles cannot win this game. So we're going to start off the third quarter, and we're going to get back into the action of things. We're going to do that right now. Eagles are down 10-7 as they go on into quarter number 3. And again, we're going to keep you updated with the Chicago Bears game. So it's a 13-0 Detroit lead in that one too. But again, let me know what your grades are down below from that first half for the Philadelphia Eagles, and what do you think needs to be improved upon in the second half. You guys are the absolute best. JJ, I give them a C-, says Alex McCutcheon. Why do you give them a C-, my friend? What didn't you like in that first half? C- is sort of like the ballpark that I'm in. I guess I was being a little bit nice. I think I was being good cop here, but like, not too nice. I don't know if that makes any sense. All right, so we're ready to start off the third quarter. Eagles are not going to get the football to start things off. They're going to have to return it because Washington won the coin toss. The Eagles got the ball in the first half. And so they will kick things off to start off half number 2. Okay. And we shall see what happens. Elliott with the kickoff here, and this is a line drive that's going to be caught right at about the 2, taking it past the 10, down to the 20, and being marked down right maybe at the 21 on the 19-yard return there was Treylon Burks. And they will actually say that he got to the 26-yard line. So it was a 22-yard return. And that's where the football is going to be marked, at the Washington 26. Oh, man. Defense, hopefully they do a good job here in the second half as well. Let's put up this ESPN scoreboard here. Again, shout out to everybody for rocking with me on the play-by-play. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to the 200 like marker. Johnson out there for Washington. In the gun. Gets the snap. Drops back. Throws it, and it's incomplete. It was supposed to go to Treylon Burks in his vicinity. Just not able to haul it in and make the catch there. He's actually throwing a little bit in front of him. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. actually did a really good job rushing towards the quarterback and providing pressure on him. So they showed the blitz there, and it worked. Give him credit. Johnson lines them up. Dual receivers on the right side, and one of them in motion. There's two running backs, one on each side. They were going to hand it off, and then he decided to just keep it himself and run up the middle for just a yard, and he's tackled. It's a 3rd and 8 at the Washington 28-yard line. All righty. Come on, defense. Got to step up here. Looks like Samuel Jr. was over on the right side, and looks like they were going to hand it off to him, but they faked him out. 3rd and 8 at the Washington 28-yard line. Empty backfield. All right, so Johnson in the gun gets the snap, drops back, looks deep, fires it down the field, and that's incomplete. It was supposed to go to Burks again, and Bennett did a good job covering him, and it's now 4th down, and it's 3 and out for Washington. Thanks to the solid defense for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Philadelphia is going to get the ball back. So the secondary does its job. And again, good pressure up front by the Philadelphia Eagles from their front seven. They just made it really tough for Johnson just to be able to get any sort of breathing room and just cause him to throw that thing. I was surprised that he actually got it that deep. So here's the punt, and this is going to be launched and going to bounce inside the 20 to the 10 to the 5, and it's going to be brought back over towards, or saved at the 1, and taken over towards the 9. Tressway with a beautiful punt there, and the Eagles are going to start things off at their own 9. Again, it looked like it was just going to go into the end zone, and special teams does its job, downed by Ott, and that is where the ball is going to be spotted inside the 10. Oh, man. Let's do this. So let's check up on those Chicago Bears right now, as Chicago is down 13-0. It's 3rd and 4. Detroit has the football, and they're at their own 40. Got to give the ball to Tank here on this drive. Really want to see them try to utilize Tank Bigsby and just run that football. Just watching now for this Detroit game. They just called a false start, and it's now 3rd and 9. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the Philly faithful. You guys are the absolute best. Really, you guys are so awesome. Okay. What's it now? 3rd and 9. 11:25 left to go in the third quarter of the Detroit game. Goff gets the snap, drops back, pressure's coming, and he is sacked. That's a big sack there and a huge loss. The Chicago Bears defense does its job. That's a 10-yard loss for Jared Goff, and the special teams is going to go out there. Darn it. Not what you wanted. He had plenty of time, to throw that football. And just not good at all for Detroit's sake. Brandon Johnson, by the way, is questionable to return for the Philadelphia Eagles. So just wanted to throw that out there for you guys, too. He's their defensive tackle. So the Eagles ready to get back into the action of things. Chicago is going to start things off at their own 30-yard line when they do return from their TV timeout. Johnny Ganode, only 5 times in NFL history has a team feature 2 wide receivers with 1,000-plus receiving yards and a tight end with 10-plus receiving touchdowns in the same season. And Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Dallas Goedert were a part of that feat this year. For 3 of those years, it was the Broncos. They had Shannon Sharp, Rod Smith, and Ed McCaffrey do it in 1998. Eric Decker, Demaryius Thomas, and Julius Thomas did it in 2013. And in 2014, it was Emmanuel Sanders, Demaryius Thomas, and Julius Thomas who did it then. All right, McKee just incompleted a pass, and this time he's going to hand it off over to Bigsby, who runs past the 10, takes it over to the 15, and he's down at the 20. And so that is going to be good enough for a first down, as Tank Bigsby is going to move the sticks. Nice. Drop a thumbs up. Drop a fire emote if you guys are still tuning on in. Brew Crew fan says, why are the Jets so bad every single year? It's just because of their front office, man. They don't know how to put their franchise in the best position to succeed. 2nd and 1 now for the Philadelphia Eagles as McKee just threw a short pass over to Jahan Dotson. So it's 2nd and 1 at the Philadelphia 29. McKee, play action pass, gets the snap. He is looking to throw it up the middle, and that's deflected and incomplete. Supposed to go to Cooper, and Reeves was right there to cut him off, and he got a hand on it. And it's now 3rd and 1 for Philadelphia. I don't know why he just didn't run for the first down there. He had plenty of room to be able to run with that ball. All he needed was just a yard. I don't know what he was looking at. Crazy. 3rd and 1. And we'll see how the Eagles do on this 3rd down conversion. They're 1 for 3 on 3rd down today, by the way. They go from right to left. McKee lines him up. He's in the gun. He gets the snap. He's going to hand it off to Bigsby, and he is nowhere to go. Tried to get past the left tackle and just got back to the line of scrimmage. It's now 4th and 1. And, well, the Eagles are going to bring on the special teams. And that is not what they wanted to do at all whatsoever, as they trail 10-7. You can hear some boos over at the link, as the fans are not happy about that. 12 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. And now they are forced to punt the ball with Braden Mann. I can't understand why he didn't run there. I mean, he had, again, like, the sea was wide open. We have a flag thrown on the false start, and that's going to be on Grant Calcaterra, so it's another 5-yard penalty. That'll send the Eagles back to their own 24-yard line. Okay. Darn it. Eagles have got to win, and the Bears have to lose in order for the Eagles to get the number 2 seed. Starters don't need rest. They need practice, says old man Ferguson. All right. 11:39 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And here's the punt. And that's going to be caught at the 32 by Washington. And the timeout taken at the 11:38 marker. The reason why the starters aren't playing is because they don't want the starters to get hurt. And that, to me, in this game of football, like, whether or not you like it, like, that's just how it goes. That's just the way it is. They don't want them to get hurt, and that's why Nick Sirianni is not playing them. Whether you agree with it or not, that was pretty much what they were going to do anyways. It was the same thing. I mean, we talked about it last year with the Saquon Barkley when he was going for the 2,000 yards, right? And he was going to go for the record there. They didn't want to play him because they wanted to save him for the playoffs, and that was the whole philosophy that they had doing that. But I hear you. I hear you. I want them to go out there and win this game. That's the bottom line. I didn't think that they needed to play their starters. I was fine with them getting rest today. I still think that you have enough with the backups. I really do. And there's really just no excuse. There's no excuse. All right, let's go back to the Chicago game really quickly. The Bears have the ball. Caleb Williams just almost threw a first down, but it was incomplete. Supposed to go to Swift, and it's now 4th and 4. And what will the Bears do here is the question. Again, they're down 13-0 against the Detroit Lions. Their offense is going to stay out. 8 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the third quarter. 4 drop passes today for Chicago. This time they go with running back over on the left side. Williams gets the snap, drops back, a flag thrown immediately. Williams looks deep, fires it down the field. It's deflected. It's incomplete. Let's see what this flag is in this game. Let's see what the flag is there. They're going to call a penalty on Lopez. It's an offside penalty, and that's going to be good enough for a first down for Chicago. Darn it. Oh, no, man. Kevin Patullo is having a really tough time figuring out how to draw up plays for this offense. That's really the frustrating part. Well, so we'll get back to the Bears game in just a second. But they just extended their drive thanks to a penalty on Detroit. They're going to call a false start on Washington, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty for now a 1st and 15. Call it on Chris Paul, one of the offensive linemen for the Washington Commanders. 2 penalties. That's just the second one for the Commanders, and 5 for the Eagles. The 5 for the Eagles have not been good. Another handoff over to Rodriguez, and he's going to run up the middle, take it for about 9 yards, and Jahad Campbell makes the tackle at about the 37-yard line. So that makes it 2nd and 6 at the 37. That was dumb, too. Someone's frustrated. I get it, though, man. I really do. I totally get it. 11:05 left to go in the third quarter. And here we go. Johnson in the gun gets the snap. He has to throw it, and he does. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag issued. And that's going to go on Keely Ringo for defensive pass interference. Ringo was holding McLaurin, they say, and that's going to be good enough for a first down, and that's going to spot the football at the Washington 42-yard line. Let's look at the replay here. Well, I will just tell you that Caleb Williams did just get picked off by Detroit, so that is good news. But again, the Eagles are down 10-7. Avonte Maddox just picked off Caleb Williams in the end zone. Oh, my gosh. He's had a frustrating day. Former Eagle Avonte Maddox. 10:57 to go in the third quarter of this Washington-Philadelphia game. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Washington. Wow. He just picked off Caleb just like that. Nice. That's cool. That is awesome. I'll take that. Thanks. Yeah, we'll come back when it's MLB time. I'm sure you will. We'll be covering some Brewers games this year. It's going to be fun. Going to be doing a lot of baseball. The white box with line position is not working. I would just remove it tonight. I just refreshed it again. I don't understand. I don't get it. 10:57 to go in the third quarter. Washington has the ball. Bad snap there. Picked up and fumbled again. And Philadelphia is going to get the ball just outside the 30-yard line. Let's go. It's at the 28-yard line. Jalen Hunt able to recover it for the Eagles, and they're able to get the football, and the crowd is on its feet. That's great. Bad snap, and then Johnson tried to pick it up and could not get a good grip of the ball. It ricocheted off of his left knee, and Jalen Hunt just dove on top of that ball. Yes. Nice. We'll take it. Josh Johnson fumbling that ball there. That's huge. Jalen Hunt with a pick and a fumble recovery in this game, by the way. It's awesome. So here we go. McKee under center, ready to hand it off over to Bigsby, and he's going to run it up the middle, gets twisted and turned in between the hash marks and gets a gain of 2 yards. It's 2nd and 8 at the Washington 26-yard line, and the clock is ticking with 10:35 left to be played in the third quarter. So far in this game, Bigsby with 9 carries. He has a total of 43 yards on the ground and has averaged 4.8 yards per carry. McKee, on the other hand, has completed 11 of his 19 passes, did throw for a touchdown. That was to Grant Calcaterra, also threw a pick as well. 2nd and 8 for Philadelphia at the Washington 26. McKee, play action pass, drops back, looking, rolls over towards the left side. Defender comes on him, and he's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Again, at plenty of time just to even try to throw that away. The clock is still going to wind down. Less than 10 minutes to go. Not good play from Tanner McKee over these last couple of drives. I don't know what he was thinking about there. Just got wrapped up on the knees. And again, just had plenty of time to throw it away. Couldn't tell if a receiver was open down the field. They didn't give us an aerial view, but he did have time. They'll call it a 3rd and 9. This time empty backfield. McKee and the gun gets the snap, throws it up the middle, slant route, and it's caught by Covey, and he takes it for 8 yards. He caught it and then just took 2 yards after the catch. It's good enough for a first down, and the Eagles move the chains. Ball is at the Washington 18. Still got a long ways to go, though. Okay. We'll keep you updated on the Detroit game in a little bit. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia as they trail by 3. It's 10-7 Washington. 8:50 to go in the third quarter. McKee hands it off to Bigsby. Runs past the right guard to the outside to the 15. Fights for extra yards against a couple of Commanders players and gets an extra 3 yards as he's marked down at the 6-yard line. Let's go. Okay. So Tank Bigsby able to take it to the Washington 6. How did I say plenty more to go? I'm sorry about that. Here we go. Another handoff that goes to Bigsby. And that time he is marked down at the 6. And it's now a 1st and goal for Philadelphia. A little bit behind. I apologize about that. So he ran it for 7 yards and then got it for about 5 yards. And let's see what they decide to do here. I would just say keep running with the football. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 86 yards for Bigsby in this game. Another handoff to Tank, and he's going to run up the middle in between the hash marks. Takes it down to about the 3-yard line, and it's now 2nd and goal for Philadelphia. So they just continue to spam the running game with Tank Bigsby. And we'll see if they can try to get it on into the end zone. They're just going to continue to pound the ball and give it to Tank. Here's McKee again in the shotgun. They're going to run it with Tank. Tried to run up the middle. Nobody was home. Tried to then get past the left guard. Fight for some extra yards. And they're going to call it a 3rd and goal. They tried to show it in the end zone, but his knee was just down, according to the official. And so it's now 3rd and goal at the Washington 2. Less than 7 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter. 5 rushes for Bigsby on this drive, and he has 19 on the ground. Let's go. So Washington is going to take their 2nd timeout prior to the snap. They have 1 timeout left, and some pushing and shoving going on between the both of these teams right after the timeout was called. Detroit about ready to score. They're at the 10 of Chicago. It's 13-0 Lions. And they're going to get themselves a 1st down at the 9. So the Lions again doing their job as Chicago is losing that game. And they're 9 yards away from getting into the end zone to make it 19-0. So it's just about this Eagles game right now. Hopefully Detroit's going to get it in, and we'll see. And hopefully the Eagles get it in too. 3rd and goal, 6:33 left in this 3rd quarter for the Philadelphia Eagles. And here comes Tanner McKee under center. Going to hand it off to Bigsby. Runs past the left guard. Gets it into the end zone, and he's in for a touchdown. And the Eagles retake the lead. They're up 13-10. Let's go. Lions just called a timeout, by the way. Got it right past the left guard. Found a little bit of a gap and did a good job just attacking the hole. Getting past McGee. That's his 11th career rushing touchdown. Here comes the extra point. The ball is snapped. The ball is spotted, and the kick is good, and the Eagles are up by 4 points. Let's go. Tank Bigsby to the house. Let's go, Tank. Drop those tanks down below. Yeah, nice. Let's go. All right. Waiting for this Detroit game to come back on. They're in a timeout right now. The Lions, right now, have a 1st and goal at the 9. And they lead it 13-0 against the Bears. If the Eagles win and if the Bears lose, the Philadelphia Eagles will then get the number 2 seed. And that would be absolutely awesome. That would be great. Right now, if we take a look at the standings, the Eagles, of course, tied with the Bears. Both teams are 11-5. And the winner is going to play against the Green Bay Packers. I want the Packers, man. I do. I want the Packers. Get that 2 seed. Can you play the Sixers song when the Eagles win, please? I can't, man. I can't do that. Nah. This is the Eagles, man. I don't do it for the Phillies either. I gotta do it. I gotta do it for the Sixers. That's why it's a Sixers song. Oh man. All right, let's go. They're at the 9, Detroit. And here comes Jared Goff in the gun. He gets the snap. He's looking. He fires it, and it's incomplete. It deflected off of a Chicago Bear, and it's now 2nd and goal. What's up, Lou? What's going on, David? What is going on, everybody in the chat? Lions are winning, too. 2nd and goal for the Lions at the 9. All right, here we go. Can the Lions get it in? They're at the 9. Goff lines them up. Here's the snap. And Goff is going to run with it. He takes it inside the 9 to about the 7-yard line. And I'll actually say that he took it to the 6. And it's now 3rd and goal with 2:33 left to go. Come on, Jared. Let's go. Can the Lions get it in? Goff lines him up again. He gets the snap. He drops back, looks towards the left side, and it's incomplete. Supposed to go to Williams. He was wide open. And it's now 4th and goal. So they are going to bring on the field goal unit. I'm questioning that. 1 second. We'll get back to the Birds game in just a few moments. Okay, so they are going to go for the field goal, Detroit. It'll be Bates again. It would still be a 2-possession lead. And Bates coming up for the field goal. And here it is. The ball was snapped. The ball was spotted, and it is good. So it is 16-0 Detroit. Okay. All right. Back to the Birds game. Let's go. All right, so the Birds are playing defense. It's a 2nd and 7, and the ball is at the 38. Johnson's going to hand it off. That's going to go to Deebo, and he's going to lose a yard there as he runs out of bounds over towards the left side. And it's now 3rd and 8. Eagles defense did a very good job covering Deebo Samuel on that little jet sweep there. So he goes out of bounds. It was Josh Uche who was on him like a tag. And we'll see how the Eagles defense does on this play. Ball at the Washington 38. Johnson in the gun. 2 seconds left on the play clock. Gets the snap. Drops back over towards the 30. Throws it towards the center, and that's incomplete. And the Eagles defense does its job again. Intended receiver was Deebo Samuel, and Kelly Ringo did a good job covering him. He knew exactly where the ball was going to go, and he stayed right on his man. And so the Eagles able to do their job. Lou, thanks for the sub. Did you just sub? Oh, we have a gifted membership. Thank you so much. It went over to Lou. That is absolutely awesome. PJ, shout out for the gifted membership. That is awesome. The punting unit going out there, and Tressaway's punt. That's going to be launched, and that'll be caught right at about the 19, taking it past the 20 to the 25, and getting tripped up over at the 27. That is Britton Covey, and that's where the Eagles will set up shop. Eagles still have all 3 timeouts. Washington has 1 with 4:49 left to go in the 3rd quarter. So again, it's 14-10 Eagles, and it's 16-0 Lions against the Bears. Good. Okay. Is that a sack or a touchdown? It's great. Oh, man, thanks so much. That was a direct throw to the Eagles. It was. I was mad that he dropped that, but, hey, we got the ball back. Got to get another touchdown here. That'd be great. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. You are. Shout out to PJ. It's great. All right, so how much time left in the Bears game? 2 minutes and 11 seconds. In the Chicago Bears game in the 3rd quarter, and there's 4:49 left in the Eagles game. They're in the 3rd quarter too. I liked how they were just pounding the ball with Tank on that drive, and I have to give Tank credit because even when he got the touchdown, the window that he had was just a little bit short. I just really feel like that Tank has done a nice job at just maneuvering and being shifty and crafty, even when he doesn't have even when he has really tight windows. The way that he's just able to maneuver around linebackers and defensive tackles, it's really awesome. So I'll give him a lot of credit for that. Really well. It's great. 9 more subs until we get to the 8,200 marker. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. I know that this sounds bonkers, says Lou, but I could really see the Jaguars in the Super Bowl. That does sound bonkers. What you smoking? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. What you smoking, man? No, I'm kidding. It does sound crazy, but there's a world where you're absolutely right. I mean, anything is possible. You can't rule it out. All right, Eagles are going to have the football at their own 27-yard line, and McKee is going to line them up. Bigsby over on his right side. Actually, I think that's Will Shipley. Excuse me. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, drops back, throws it over towards the center, and that is going to be reeled in right at about the 34 by Grant Calcaterra. Grant did end up going down on that play, and he is in some pain on his knees. And the training staff is going to go out there to check up on him. He caught it and then got tackled right at the waist. And when he came down, it looked like he landed a little bit awkwardly on that right foot, at least just from what I saw. After a hip drop tackle made by Washington, and we're going to have an injury timeout taken. Don't want to lose him. It was just in the receiving end of the most obvious hip tackle. So I don't know. That's too bad. It was a hip drop tackle. Ugh. According to John Clark, he just said that former Eagles Super Bowl champion Bu Allen is shirtless and rubbing some sort of liquid on his body in the stands with the Eagles fans. That's interesting. That's kind of funny to me. Bears and Lions are going into the fourth quarter right now. And Chicago is finally driving the ball on Detroit. I'll let you know where they have the football in their game. But again, an injury timeout taken in the Eagles game. There's going to be a lot of talk about that tackle there. A lot of talk about that tomorrow, I'm sure, on the radio side of things. So Detroit leads at 16-0. So far, 5 plays, 32 yards on this drive for the Chicago Bears, and they are at the Detroit 33, so they are in field goal range. Calcaterra is going on into the blue medical tent from what it looks like. He did get up. Somebody said on Twitter, and this is why you don't play your starters, but see, to me, like, I wouldn't have played them, but also the game itself is injurious. I mean, come on. 4:33 left to go in this third quarter, and Tanner McKee will line them up yet again. Okay. Eagles are going to get the snap, and they're going to hand it off to Bigsby, and I believe that he just dove on forward and lunged and got himself a couple of yards, and they'll spot the football at the Philadelphia 34. It's now considered to be a 3rd and 3, they'll call it. Calcaterra is now heading into the locker room, according to Dave Zangaro, after exiting the medical tent. That's not good. All right, third down. Got to get to the 37. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Triples over towards the left side. McKee gets the snap, throws it towards the left, and that's going to be caught, and that's good enough for a first down. Philadelphia able to move the sticks. Darius Cooper caught it right at the yellow line, and then just found a little bit of daylight to get past a defender and take it for an extra 3 yards, and that'll move the chains for the Eagles. All right, McKee lines him up again. Duels on each side, and now receiver goes from left to right. And here's the snap, and a little short pass that's caught at the 40, taking it past the 45, and on the inside towards the 50, and another Eagles player going down. So the catch was made by Britton Covey. He got 12 yards. He went down, and now he just stood back up. He's going over to the sideline. He says that he's okay. It's 1st and 10. They're taking him out for this play, but he makes a 12-yard catch. And that'll move the sticks again for the second time on this drive. I like that play call, too. It was a short play. It was a short pass, but just the crafty moves that Covey was able to make there, it worked out very well. McKee again in the gun, gets the snap. Blitz is coming. Maneuvers over towards the right. Throws it right on the money. Another first down, and that was Kylan Granson who caught it towards the far sideline, and he takes it out to about the 20 or to the 36, that is, and the Eagles get themselves another first down. They're moving the ball very well. Update on the Chicago game. It's 2nd and 2 for the Bears as they just started the fourth quarter, and they're at the 24-yard line. The 21, that is, excuse me. They're 21 yards away from getting into the end zone. Caleb Williams just threw a touchdown. And it's now a 16-6 game as the fourth quarter started. That was Ja'Day Walker, and so the Bears are finally on the board. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, throws it. It's out of bounds. Tell you, Tank Bigsby did just run for 13 yards, and he took it to the Washington 23. It is now 2nd and 10 because Bigsby ran with the ball, and then the incomplete pass just happened. Darn it. 2nd and 10 with 1:26 remaining in the third quarter. We'll see if the Bears can get the 2-point conversion. We'll let you know about that in just a second. But first, we're going to go to the Eagles game really quickly as they have the ball at the 23 of Washington. Here is McKee again. He gets the snap. Pressure's coming. Flags thrown everywhere. And McKee is going to throw it out of bounds. We'll see what these flags are. I assume that that's going to go against Washington's defense. Chicago did convert on the 2-point conversion. It is a one-possession game, and it's now 16-8. They ran with the ball. They got it into the end zone. And so it's now a game out in Chicago. See again what this flag is on Washington. They're showing Bobby Wagner. 14-16 left in the fourth quarter of the Chicago game. And again, they trail by 8. They just had offsetting penalties for both teams, and therefore, it's still going to be 2nd and 10 at the 23 of Washington. Just got Sixers news that Justin Edwards has been recalled by the Bluecoats. Interesting. Darn it. You got to watch out for those Bears now. All right, 2nd and 10 for the Birds. Again, they're inside the 25. They're at the Washington 23. McKee hands it off over to Shipley. Gets past the line of scrimmage. Takes it past the left guard and only gets maybe 1 or 2 yards. They'll call it a gain of 2. And the clock is going to continue to tick. It's now 3rd and 8 at the Washington 21. Come on. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Eagles have got to get it to the 13. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, drops back, throws it to the right side, and that's incomplete. They knew that Britton Covey was going to be the intended receiver, and Sanders still did a good job just covering him and just deflecting that football away. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. And I believe that the field goal unit is going to go out there. So they called another play for Will Shipley, and it just did not work out there. Good defense by Washington. And so the field goal unit is going to go out there, and Jake Elliott looking to try to measure up a 39-yard field goal. 5 seconds left on the play clock. The ball is snapped, the ball is spotted, and Elliott's kick is good, and the Eagles lead it 17-10 against the Washington Commanders with exactly 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Okay. Keep you updated again on the Detroit game. They're going to drive the ball pretty soon. But we're going to wait for a TV timeout before the fourth quarter starts. There's 30 seconds left in this third quarter, and Washington is going to get the football back. Washington only has 1 timeout left. Calcaterra is still questionable to return in this game for the Eagles. There's Johnson warming up over on the sideline. There's Jalen Hurts just sitting over on the Eagles sideline. Just trying to stay warm. It's 17-10 Eagles, and Elliott is going to kick it off with 30 seconds left exactly in the third quarter. Here's the kickoff, and this ball is launched. And that is going to go towards the back of the end zone, and Washington will get the football at their own 35-yard line, and that's where they will set up shop. Brandon Johnson, by the way, has an ankle injury. Saw him leave a little bit earlier, and he is ruled out for the rest of this game, according to Tim McManus. 17-10 Birds. Calcaterra caught a 15-yard touchdown pass from Tanner McKee in the second quarter to put them up 7-0. Elliott, of course, made the extra point. Rodriguez then ran for a 1-yard touchdown for Washington to tie it up 7-7. And then Moody, who missed a 24-yard field goal in the first quarter, made a 56-yarder in the second quarter to put them up 10-7 at the half, Washington that is. And then in the third quarter, Tank Bigsby ran for a 2-yard touchdown to put the Eagles up 14-10, and then Elliott just made a 39-yard field goal. All right, here we go. Johnson in the gun gets the snap, throws it, and that's going to be caught by Bates for 10 yards. And so that puts Washington at their own 45, and we're going to go into the fourth quarter. Eagles lead it 17-10 against the Commanders, and they'll be back to start off the fourth frame in just a few moments. Now, going back to this Detroit game, as we take a look at things over there on that side of the football field, it is a 16-8 game, and it's now 3rd and 1 for Detroit. And so Goff did just end up getting sacked, and he lost a couple of yards there, and that is now 4th down. By the way, Grant Calcaterra is back for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know what just happened there. That was a loss of 5 yards, and that is not what you wanted if you're Detroit. So it's now 4th and 6, And special teams is going to go out there, and they're going to punt the football, the Lions that is. Oh, no. And Caleb Williams has a chance to tie the game here as the fair catch is made at the 10-yard line. And Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears offense is going to go back out there. It's 16-8 out at Soldier Field. Darn it. Come on, man. Need Detroit to still win. Still need Detroit to win. If the Chicago Bears lose and if the Eagles win, the Philadelphia Eagles will get the 2 seed and therefore play the Packers in the first round of the playoffs next week. I actually am on weed technically, so you are correct. That's funny. Oh, man. Jets are the first team in NFL history to end the season with 0 interceptions as a team on defense, and they have a defensive coach. That's funny. I don't get that, man. Come on. Eagles up 17-10. Commanders are driving. They're at the Washington 45. And then Caleb Williams and the Bears have a chance to tie the game out in Chicago against the Lions. Ay, ay, ay. Man, come on. Back at the Link in Philadelphia, the Commanders have the football at the 45 to start off the fourth quarter. They're going to go from right to left. Josh Johnson has dual receivers on the left side. Going to hand it off. And that's going to be a run up the middle, getting past the 50, over towards about the 47, still on his feet, and down at the 47, at the 46 is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. It's a gain of 9 yards. You got 9 yards there. I don't know how. Still a lot of football left to go. A lot of football left to go. Come on. All right, 2nd and 2. Krosky-Merritt's still out there. He's going to get a handoff, runs up the middle, and gets a first down to the Philadelphia 43-yard line. Strotter Jr. does tackle him, but it's another first down for the Commanders. And the clock is still ticking. Keep you updated on Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. They just got the ball, and they set up shop at their own 11-yard line. It's 1st and 10 in the Commanders-Eagles game, and the ball is at the 43 of Philadelphia. Here is the snap, and running is Johnson past the 40 down to the 34-yard line, and it's another scramble for 9 yards by Johnson. That's his 6th time that he has scrambled today, and he has 38 yards on the ground. Somebody has to cover the quarterback. I mean, this guy is still pretty good on his feet. 2nd and 1 at the 34 of Philadelphia. All right, 12:50 left to go in regulation. Johnson in this game has a total of 149 yards, 111 in the air. Another handoff, and there's another first down for Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. That's the 3rd first down of this drive for Washington, and the Eagles just cannot get a stop. The ball is at the Philadelphia 30. Caleb Williams just fumbled the snap, and then he had to go pick it up at about the 2, and he just threw it incomplete. Threw it as far as he could downfield into no man's land. And luckily for his sake, it's 2nd and 10. All right, 1st and 10 for the Commanders at the 30 of Philadelphia. Johnson in the gun gets the snap, looks downfield, fires it down the sideline, and that is incomplete. No flags thrown. Oh, there is a flag thrown. Didn't see it at first, and they just showed it, and that's going to be a flag on McWilliams, and that's going to put the ball at the 1. That's the second time that we've seen that today, where a defensive back just gets called for a PI, and that really just makes things even much more tougher for the Eagles. That's a hold, yep. Got him right on the shoulder. Held him right there. Didn't give him any sort of space to be able to try to go for the catch. And that'll put the ball at the 1. That's the 7th penalty today for the Eagles. And again, just undisciplined. It's not good. Johnson going to hand it off. And that is it a touchdown? Or did it get to the goal line? Ref didn't signal it just yet. And they're going to say it's second down. Krosky Merritt just got to the goal line. That's where he was tripped up. And he was down there too. Didn't show the ball. Chicago is driving the ball, and Washington's about to try to tie the game. Not good. 11:20 left to go in this fourth quarter. It's now 2nd and goal. Johnson under center this time. And before the snap is made, we have a flag thrown. They're going to call a false start. That does help. That's going to be on Washington. On Krosky Merritt, or Sano, that is. And that's going to send them back to the 6. Where's the football in the Bears game? It's 16-8. Bears are down by 8 with 8:28 to go. Williams just completed a 12-yard pass, and it was caught at the Detroit 47. And that's where the ball is. So they're 48 yards from tying that game up. 2nd and goal in the Eagles-Commanders game with 11:15 left. Come on, man. Oy, oy, oy. Johnson under center again. He steps back. He's looking for the end zone. Another flag thrown. And that's going to go on the defensive backs again. Just trying to give it up over towards a receiver on the right side of the end zone. And flags came flying everywhere. That's on Bennett again. That's his 2nd defensive pass interference of the game. And it's another 1st and goal at the 1. So they give them another fresh, clean slate. And that's not what you want. Golly. 11:11 to go in the fourth quarter, and that's the 8th penalty, the 3rd one on the secondary in the red zone. So it puts more pressure on your front 7, that's for sure. And so it's back at the 1. Here we go. The snap and the handoff made, and a tackle for a loss. And that is going to be a loss of 2 yards. Krosky Merritt lost 2 yards. The Eagles sat to the box, and they did their job. And it's now 2nd and goal. And that'll be back at the Philadelphia 3. And Krosky Merritt's going to go over to the sideline. Just an update on the Lions-Bears game. Now the ball is at the 10. They're at the Detroit 10. They just got to the 4, and it's now 3rd and 2 for Caleb Williams as they are 5 yards away from tying the game. All right, here's the final timeout taken by Washington. They have no timeouts left with 10:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, 3rd and 2 for the Chicago Bears. And they're at the Detroit 4. Detroit needs a stop. All right, so let's go to this Detroit game really quickly. Williams looking to try to tie the game for Chicago. He's going to hand it off to Swift. Swift, does he get the first down? He does. There's a flag thrown, though, and this could be huge. They're going to call a penalty on Wingo, and that's going to go against Detroit. So now it's a 1st and goal for Chicago at the Detroit 1. The Commanders are back. It's 2nd and goal for them at the 3. A run up the middle and taking it over to the 2 is Washington. And Trotter Jr. made the nice stop there, and it's now 3rd and goal for Washington. And the Eagles defense trying to get another stop here. And we'll see how that goes. Nice play by Trotter. So it's 1st and goal for Chicago and 3rd and goal for Philadelphia. Williams, did he throw a touchdown? It looked like it was caught, and it was. And it's now a 2-point game out in Chicago. And here's Johnson. He throws it to the end zone, and that's caught for a touchdown. And now it's a 1-point game in Philadelphia. That was caught by John Bates. He hauled it on in. It's 17-16 now in Philadelphia. The Commanders are an extra point away from tying it up, and the Chicago Bears are a 2-point conversion away from tying it up in their game. Caleb Williams ready to go out there for this 2-point conversion. So touchdown for the Washington Commanders. And here's the extra point. The ball was snapped, the ball was spotted, and the kick is good to make it 17-17. Williams scrambling, throwing towards the end zone, and that is caught for the 2-point conversion, and the Bears are tied. It's 16-16 out in Chicago and 17-17 in Philadelphia. And it's not looking good for the Eagles on either side. And that really sucks. That is terrible. What did Mark say? Murphy's Law. Geez, Bears and Commanders scored at basically the same time, and they got the 2. Yep, it sucks. It sucks. That really blows, man. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand. Brett Toth is being evaluated, by the way, right now for a concussion. They just posted that on Twitter. Bears were down 16-0, and they just tied it up in the 4th quarter again. It's 16-16, and the Eagles are tied 17-17. So Detroit has to score on this next drive, and so does Philadelphia. Is there 9:35 left in both games or no? No, the Bears have 5:25 left in that game. The good news is that the Lions can really just try to go for a long drive. I mean, the Eagles could too, but most likely the Commanders would get another shot at getting the ball back. Bears still have all 3 timeouts. The Commanders have no timeouts. So it's just the 2-minute warning there. That's terrible. Eagles and Lions walk-off field goals. Let's go. Come on, man. Tyler Steen is putting his helmet on, they just said, according to Zach Berman. Oh, man. This is absolutely... This does not make your stomach feel good on either side. Johnson just threw his first touchdown pass since 2021. All right, here we go. As the Eagles are going to get the ball back Here's a line drive kick that's going to be caught at the 10 by Covey. Takes it over to the 20, inside the 30, to about the 35, and he goes down at the 36. I should mark him down right on the 35, and, well, if he would have just let that one drop in the end zone, he would have been at the same exact spot anyways. Okay. Big drive here for the Eagles and, of course, for the Lions. And we're keeping you updated on both games. Man. So McKee is going to line him up. He's under center. Covey is in motion. McKee rolls towards the left, throws it over to Covey, and that's going to be caught, or Granson that is, and they'll get about 6 yards on that catch. And 2nd and 4. Ball is going to be at the Philadelphia 41-yard line. Need a good drive here. I'd really like to see them try to run the ball a little bit more. Lions just incompleted a pass over to Jahmyr Gibbs. 2nd and 4. And here's McKee again. Fakes the handoff, drops back, and throws it incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down. Clock stops with 8:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. They decided to go for a pass on 2nd and 4 and did not want to go with a running play. Come on. All right. Goff for the Lions just threw a short completion. Not much there. Here's McKee for the Eagles. He throws it up the middle, and that is incomplete. It was supposed to go to Dotson, and the clock stops with 8:44 left to go. And so the Commanders are going to get the football back with 8 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Not one run on that drive. Good defense. The throw was a little bit high to Dotson. McKee could not put it in the right spot. And Mann is going to go out there to punt the football. Okay. Braden Mann going to punt it. Let's see if Goff at least can he get the first down. Goff does get the first down for Detroit, and even more, so that's nice. Here's the punt for Philadelphia, and that's going to be out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that is where Washington will set up their next drive with 8:37 left to go in that game. So let's go to the Lions game. It's a 1st and 10 for Detroit at their own 46-yard line. 4:29 left to go in that game as they are tied at 16 apiece against the Bears. They're going to hand it off, and they're going to run with the ball, and they'll get 4 yards, and it's now 2nd and 6 right at the 50 for Detroit. Eagles and Lions walk-off field goals. This is kind of fun, though, says old man Ferguson. I appreciate it, man. It's interesting how both of these games are just lining up at the same time, you know. 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter of the Detroit game. Eagles are in a timeout. Washington is going to get the ball back. Another handoff that goes past the right guard, and the running back for Detroit is going to get a first down, and that's going to move the chains. Let's go. Let's go. 3:43 left to go in the 4th quarter. And they will actually say it's 3rd and 1. They said that Gibbs was just a little bit short. And Jared Goff is going to break the huddle. Come on. 3rd and 1 for Jared Goff. He's under center. 3:20 left to go in the 4th quarter. Another handoff to Gibbs. This time he will get the first down, running up the middle, taking it over to the 40. Chew that clock, baby. Let's go. 3 minutes left. Detroit still has 2 timeouts, and Chicago has all 3, it looks like. Yes, they do. 2:55 to go in the 4th quarter. of the Detroit-Chicago game. It's a 1st and 10 for the Detroit Lions. Bears lose, Eagles win. Eagles get the 2 seed. 2:35 left to go in the 4th quarter. Goff is going to hand it off to Montgomery. Runs towards the outside, takes it over to the 30, and he gets himself another 1st down. Let's go. Clock to stop with exactly 2:30 left to go. Okay. And we'll keep you updated if the Lions end up scoring. But right now, we got to go back to the Birds game as Johnson has the ball. He's looking deep. He fires downfield, and that is incomplete. Another flag thrown in the secondary. Are you kidding me? All the way downfield. Johnson was looking deep. It's another DPI on Kelly Ringo. That is absolutely absurd with how the Eagles have played on defense. That is awful. I mean, clear. That was bad. No need for the contact there. At this point, I'm wondering if they should just chuck it downfield. It's so bad. It's terrible. So 1st and 10 for the Washington Commanders. And, well, they're able to get the ball down the field. Here we go. Another handoff and taking it past the 40 down to the 34. And that is Rodriguez. A run for 11 yards. 8:20 left to go in the 4th quarter. Man. 2:30 left in the Detroit game. And again, we'll let you know if they do score. Goff just incompleted the pass. 2:26 left in that game. 1st and 10 for the Commanders at the 34 of Philadelphia. So they get 45 yards on 2 plays thanks to another pass interference on Philadelphia. Another handoff, and this will just be for a gain of 2 yards to Rodriguez. It's 2nd and 8 for Washington at the Philadelphia 32. All right, come on, Goff. Goff has to get it into the end zone, please. Goff throws it downfield. It's incomplete. Okay. Clock stops with 2:23 left in that game. All right, 2nd and 8, 7:12 left to go in the 4th quarter of the Eagles-Commanders game. 5 seconds on the play clock. Washington gets the snap. And so the throw is made wide open pass over to the 30, taking it to the 20, and inside the 15 is Rodriguez, and another 1st down for the Commanders, and they're now at the 14-yard line. This is bad. 6:40 left. Clock's still ticking. Another 1st down for the Commanders. Plays of 10-plus yards. The Commanders have 10. The Eagles have 12. Jared Goff just got sacked for a loss of 10, and it's now 3rd and 20 in that game for Detroit. Another handoff in the Commanders-Eagles game, and it's just a gain of 1. All right, come on, Goff. Goff gets the snap for Detroit. He's looking deep. He throws it. It's battered around, and it's intercepted at the 5 by Chicago. Taking it past the 10 to the 20 to the 25. The Chicago Bears come away with a pick, and they will take over at their own 25-yard line with 2:11 to go. Oh, that's not good. Ay, ay, ay. That's bad. 2nd and 9 for the Washington Commanders. And again, Johnson under center going to hand it off. And there's a gain of 2 yards as Krosky Merritt runs it. And it's 3rd and 7 at the Philadelphia 11-yard line. Goff just threw an awful pick. And Chicago is just going to try to get into field goal range and just milk that clock all the way down. and try to possibly just walk it off. They were down 16-0 going into the fourth quarter. They're tied at 16 apiece. 3rd and 7 for the Commanders, and they're at the 11. Johnson gets the snap. He has time. He's looking. He's still looking. He's going to step up. He's going to run. He runs past the 10, down inside the 5, and a 1st and goal for Washington as he's down at the 4. So he takes it to the 4. It's a 1st and goal. 4:30 left to go in the fourth quarter, and Washington knocking on the door. Caleb Williams just threw an incomplete pass, and it's now 2nd and 10 in that game with 3rd and 10 with 2:02 left to go. Oh man, they got to get a stop. Another handoff for Washington, and they take it down all the way to the 1. That's Rodriguez on a 3-yard gain, and so it's 2nd and goal. Second and goal. Rodriguez was down right at the 1. 3:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's also 3rd and 20, by the way, for the Chicago Bears. Detroit still has a chance here. Wow. 3:23 left in the Washington game, and we have a false start called against Washington, so that's good for the Eagles. Williams gets the snap, throws it, and that's going to be caught, and that's taken to the 30 and out of bounds, and the 2-minute warning is coming up in Chicago. It'll be a 4th down for them. It'll be 4th and 5 at the Chicago 31. And we'll see what they decide to do after the 2-minute warning is done. But meanwhile, it's 2nd and goal for the Washington Commanders, and they are back at the 6. They're going to line up. Eagles still have all 3 timeouts. 3:21 left to go. Here's Johnson in the gun. He gets the snap, hands it off, and taking it down back to the 1 is Rodriguez. And the clock is just going to continue to tick. It's now 3rd and goal for the Washington Commanders. 3:05 left to go. Eagles 11-5 on the season. If they get a win and if the Bears lose, the Eagles get the 2 seed. If the Eagles win and the Bears win, well, they're just going to stay at the 3. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Johnson under center, ready to roll towards the left side. He's going to go into the end zone, and there's a touchdown for the Washington Commanders with 2:32 left to go. And Washington takes the lead against Philadelphia. It's now 23-17. Commanders up by 6. Just absolutely horrible. His 2nd career rushing touchdown, and Johnson able to get it on into the end zone. Extra point about ready to come up for Moody in just a couple of seconds. Everything's just not going their way at all, and it's been really disappointing for the Philadelphia Eagles. So here's the extra point. The ball is snapped, the ball is spotted, and the kick is good, and the Eagles are down by 7 with 2:32 left to go in the fourth quarter. And with that, we're going to go back to the Chicago game and see what happens as the 2-minute warning is done. There's 1:56 left, and it's a 4th and 5. They're just coming back on right now. Thought that they were just going to line up already. They're not even doing that right now. All right, here we go. So Chicago is going to punt. Detroit is going to get the ball back. And let's see this punt. Here it is. That is going to be caught at the 34 by Detroit, or at the 24, taking it past the 30, and out to the 35 to the 37 and out of bounds with 1:41 to go. Detroit is going to have the ball with 1 minute and 41 seconds left, and they are at the 37-yard line of Detroit. That's good news. Detroit's defense did a great job there against Chicago, and you will certainly take that. You will. Eagles, though, down by a touchdown. 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in the Eagles game. Here comes the kickoff for Washington. And let's see where this is. This is going to go to the end zone, and the Eagles will have a 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. All those PIs really came back to bite the Philadelphia Eagles. Detroit did not get the first down. It's a 2nd down. They did get some yards, though. It should be 2nd and 1. That game could actually go into overtime, it seems. All right. Eagles have got to try to tie this game back. 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the 4th quarter of the Eagles game. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, throws it towards the left side, give it over to Shipley, runs past the 40, outside towards the 50, and to the 47 of Philadelphia. That is where he is stopped, and he gets it out of bounds. And that'll stop the clock with 2:26 left. 40 seconds left in the Bears-Lions game, and an injury just occurred for Chicago. It's a 1st and 10 for Detroit, and they're at the Detroit 48. McKee in the gun again, gets the snap, throws it, and that is going to be caught, but they're going to lose a yard there. Will Shipley again. That was a short pass over to Will Shipley. That could have been a loss of 7, but instead it's just a loss of 1. 2:10 left to go. Are they going to run another play before the 2-minute warning? That's the question. 2:05 left. Yes, they will. McKee gets the snap. He maneuvers towards the right side, and he's going to throw it incomplete. And with 1:58 left to go, it's now 3rd and 11, and we have reached the 2-minute warning in Philadelphia. So there will be a timeout with 1:58 left to go in the Philadelphia game. So just to catch you up on everything, the Eagles are down 24-17. The Bears and the Lions are tied 16-16. Detroit has the ball. It's a 1st and 10. Chicago just called a timeout, and the Detroit Lions have the ball at their own 48-yard line. Chicago still has 2 timeouts, and the Lions still have 2 as well. Bears were down 16-0, and they tied it up in the 4th quarter, 16-16. Man, why is Ringo still on this team? It's crazy. Gosh. The Jets have officially clinched the 2nd overall pick in this year's coming draft. They just said that. Ugh, I'm sick. I'm so cardiac on both sides, man. 3rd and 11 for the Eagles at the Philadelphia 46. Jared Goff and the Lions are back out there. 42 seconds left in that game. And we'll see if Goff can get another 1st down to get the Lions closer to field goal range. Goff lines him up, gets the snap, play action pass, looks down the center, wide open catch made at the 40 to the 35 to the 30, and down to the 25 goes the receiver. 30 seconds left, and the Bears are going to take a timeout, I believe. That was awesome. That was Amon-Ra St. Brown who caught it. Nice. There we go. Amon-Ra St. Brown with that catch there. And they gave him how many yards on that play? How many yards was that catch? Regardless, timeout taken by Chicago. That was a pass to Amon-Ra for 26 yards. That's great. All right, Eagles back in action. 3rd and 11. Let's go. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, drops back, looks towards the right side, throws it, wide open catch, and a first down by Jahan Dotson. Let's go. All right, and he did run out of bounds. Clock stops with 1:53 left to go in the 4th quarter. That's great. Oh, that's awesome. What happened in the Detroit game? It's now 2nd down. They're going to milk the clock down. There's 20 seconds left. 15 seconds left to go in the Detroit game. And I guess that they're going to go for a field goal here. It's 2nd and 8. And they're just going to take it down as far as they can. All right, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. McKee in the gun, gets the snap, drops back again, steps up, and now looks over towards the right side. He throws it, and that is incomplete. It is incomplete. 1:46 left to go in the 4th quarter. Clock stops in the Detroit game with 9 seconds left. And Detroit is going to take a timeout. Oh, man. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. And they have the ball at the 38. McKee gets the snap, throws it. It's a short pass, and it's going to be caught right at the Washington 31. It's a gain of 7 yards. It's 3rd and 3. 1:35 left to go in this Eagles game. There's 2 seconds left in the Detroit game. They just took their final timeout. It's 3rd down for them. McKee in the gun gets the snap, throws it downfield, and that is incomplete. No flags. And it's now 4th and 3, 4th down territory for Philadelphia. Oh, man. It is 4th and 3, and obviously this is the thing that matters the most right now. Bates is going to try to win it for the Lions, and the Eagles have a 4th and 3. Oh, my goodness. This is happening at both times. McKee gets the snap, ready to throw it. He does, and that's incomplete. And that's going to be a turnover on downs with 1:17 left to go, and Washington's going to take over. Detroit did beat the Chicago Bears on a walk-off field goal by Bates, 19-16, but 1:17 left in this Eagles game. They do have all 3 timeouts, and Johnson, all he needs really is just a first down. 24-17. 4th and 3, game on the line, and they just cannot complete and get themselves the first down. So Detroit did walk it off, but obviously the Eagles are down 24-17 with 1:17 to go. Okay, they still have all 3 timeouts. Johnson under center. 5 seconds left on the play clock. And let's see what he does here. And he's going to hand it off to Rodriguez, and he gets tackled for only a gain. He actually got a gain of 6 there. The Eagles could not take him down after only a gain of 2, so the Eagles will burn their first timeout with 1:11 to go. Man. So the Lions did win, but none of that matters if the Eagles lose. 24-17. Eagles have 2 timeouts left. It's now 2nd and 4. Just a disappointing second half for the Eagles. And obviously they would play the Rams if the score stands. and that would be their first-round matchup, and the Rams would have to come here. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Washington ready to get the snap. Another handoff over to Rodriguez, and he just got back to the line, the scrimmage, and so it's now 3rd down, final or second timeout taken by the Eagles, 3rd and 4, with 1:06 left to go. They somehow get the win. They get the 2 seed now. Come on. 3rd and 4. The Eagles have 1 timeout left, but if Washington gets a first down, the game is done. One minute and 7 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Johnson lines him up. Triples towards the left side. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Johnson gets the snap, hands it off. They run up the middle, only get a yard, and the Eagles hold them. 63 seconds left to go, and they have a chance. And they will take their final timeout. Wow. They have a chance. They'll call it a 4th and 2. They actually gave the Eagles another second back. So there's 64 seconds to go in this 4th quarter. Oh, boy. And Tressway is going to go out there to punt the football for Washington. I can't believe that they have a chance. Way is going to go punt it at a 63-yard punt. That was his longest. And Covey will be on the return here. No timeouts left for either team. Oh, my goodness. All right, so here's Way's punt. This is popped up, and this is going to be caught at the 15. Covey takes it past the 20, spins out of a tackle, and takes it to the 27-yard line. 53 seconds left to go, and the Eagles have got to get themselves 73 yards in order for them to get a touchdown. Oh, man. Based on how they've been playing this year, do you think that they can repeat the Super Bowl? I think that they could. I don't necessarily know if they will. They're going to have to play really strong defense. McKee is going to have a chance here. 1st and 10. He gets the snap. He's looking over towards the left side. He throws it, and that's over the head of Britton Covey. He had him wide open, just overthrew it. And it's now 2nd and 10 with 49 seconds to go in this 4th quarter. He threw it over his head. Actually threw it a little bit behind him, too. So Tanner has not looked good. And just continues to not throw the ball well. 49 seconds left, and it's 2nd and 10 for the Birds. They're at the 27. McKee drops back, gets the snap again, rolls towards the right side. Pressure comes. He throws it, and it is going to go out of bounds and incomplete. And now 3rd and 10 with 41 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. Blitz was coming. Lavu was right on him. Didn't give him any space at all whatsoever. And just didn't want to give him any looks. 3rd and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles as the ball is still on the 28. 3 seconds left on the play clock. McKee gets the snap again, drops back, steps up, pressure's coming, and down he goes at the 20-yard line. And so the Eagles, with 30 seconds to go in the 4th quarter, take a sack. And McKee tells him to hurry up. 25 seconds to go. A loss of 8. They got to get 18 yards just to extend the game. 20 seconds left. McKee ready to get the snap again. 15 seconds to go. He steps up. He's looking deep. He fires downfield, and that is incomplete. And Washington's going to take over in their own territory, and they're just going to take a knee, and that's going to do it. And the Washington Commanders will beat the Philadelphia Eagles 24-17 in the final game of the season. So the Eagles are going to be the 3 seed, and they will host the Rams next week for a playoff matchup at the Link. And that is who their opponent is going to be. Detroit ended up taking care of business, even though that game got very dicey, and the Philadelphia Eagles just could not hang on and beat the Commanders. It got very, very ugly at the end, and the Eagles just could not do their job. But they will be back next week, and there will be a playoff game as they lose 24-17 to the Washington Commanders. Not a good game, and very upsetting for Tanner McKee and just the coaching staff in general. They did not do a good job in that second half again today. You did see, I know that, again, it's not Jalen Hurts, right? It's Tanner McKee, but just from a play calling perspective, you saw similar things that happened in the Buffalo game in the second half, and just terrible execution from the coaching staff and just from the players themselves. And that was not good at all whatsoever. So, again, the Philadelphia Eagles finish off the regular season, and their record is 11-6. And so they end up losing. The Chicago Bears do get the tiebreaker, and that is how the regular season ends. And, the Eagles are going to play the 49ers, excuse me. So, that is how things will shape up. They play the 49ers because the Rams won the tiebreaker over San Francisco. And the Rams get the 5 seed. So that is how it works. The Rams will actually play against the Carolina Panthers, and the Eagles play the 49ers next week. That's just disappointing, man. I wish that I could do a post-game show, but I do have to I do have to leave. I do have to. I do have to do some things, but I appreciate you guys for being on here. I love you all. We'll be back covering the Eagles playoff game next week, and of course, we'll let you know what time and when the game is against the 49ers. But yeah, the Eagles do lose a tough one to the Washington Commanders, and that will be the playoff matchup, Eagles and 49ers. Rough one. All right. Love you all very much, and I will catch you all on the next one. Lila Tov, good night. See you next week. We got another Sixers game tomorrow. We'll be covering that. They play against the Denver Nuggets, so hopefully you guys will tune on into that. Love you. Good night. Peace out.